Hello, everybody, and welcome to Whisperbank. We are back. So good to be back, everybody. It's good to see my wonderful players. Hello, wonderful players.
Hello.
Yeah, so we will be we'll be beginning shortly. I'm just going to run through some very quick announcements, and then from there, we'll get started. My very first announcement, everyone, let us wish Mark a very happy birthday. Happy birthday, Mark.
Happy birthday, Mark.
I'm so embarrassed, guys. Oh my god.
Yeah, Mark turns the big 5-0. Congratulations. That is not true. That is not true.
I will be taking all donations in the form of depends.
Should we do like a one of those big chain restaurant happy birthdays where we all come out?
Yeah. I'll kill you all.
Hey, birthday. So, see, that's it.
All just went right into that.
Yep. Because it's all happened to us and we were all embarrassed by it. We all hated it. So there you go. You're welcome, Mark.
Hooray!
What can I say except you're welcome?
Alrighty. So that is our big announcement for the evening. The second big announcement for the evening is next Monday will be, if I'm correct, let me just double check. Yes, next Monday is our last Monsterhearts session. It'll be the big finale, session 6 of this particular arc. So depending on what happens tonight, we'll completely feed what our finale will be. So we will see what happens tonight, and then next Monday will be our finale. Also, I've been saying this since we came back to the games and started streaming. Please remember to back up your backups and back those up too, because that is one of the reasons we've been gone for so long. Is because I had a virus that wiped everything out, including my backups. So you can catch up on what you've missed on our YouTube page. However, unfortunately, one of our sessions is lost to the ether forever. You will have to guess what happened. You have to guess what happened in between session 3 and 5. Unfortunately. So, but that's I will consistently keep telling people to do that. This Friday, last Friday there was no Friday Night Magic. This Friday we are coming back with Friday Night Magic because it is all D&D all the time, especially with Magic the Gathering, because the new set dropped. It is amazing, or as you kids say, amazeballs. And it is one of the most fun sets I've ever played in Magic. I've only played maybe like 5 or 6 sets. I am fairly new to Magic, but oh man, it's so much fun. There are so many broken cards. I'm just all about it. It is great. So, but yeah, that'll be coming back this Friday. Tomorrow, you can actually catch myself on Unconventional Heroes channel. I will actually be playing in their Lost Legacy game, which is crazy because I only have to keep track of one character. And that is amazing that I actually get to play a game. It's so much fun. And Gene, who is in our Lost Minds game on Wednesdays, is our DM. So please join for that. We'll actually be hosting it here on this channel tomorrow. Oh, actually, no, tomorrow was an off day. So not tomorrow, the following week. And then Wednesday and Thursday, 7:30 p.m., D&D, Lost Mine on Wednesday, Wildmount on Thursday. And that is it for the announcements. So with that, let us bring ourselves back into our session 5. So to recap, you are all currently in an old boarded up comic book shop. In this comic book shop, besides yourselves and Mira's bandmates, there happen to be a number of individuals with you. There is a group of individuals that you know at least two of. Mr. Murphy, who is the computer science teacher at your high school, and his wife, Anne, who you actually just all recently met, along with a number of individuals who just very quietly and silently dropped from the rafters of this building and are now currently encircling you, as you have all survived, it seems, an encounter with the missing teenagers in the form of some kind of possessed hunters who actually attacked you while you were all being questioned at the police station.
So rude.
One of
There.
which was Amber's brother. Now, during this time, Mars had also, in order to save not only her bestest of roommates, Amber, but the rest of the group,
Just gals being pals.
gals being pals,
Pals being pals. Yep.
transformed into her darkest self.
Hetero life mate.
Mhm. I like the term VELP, vaginally endowed life partner. But that's use it or don't use it. It's fine. It's not mine.
Perfect.
I took it from someone else.
Getting used.
So
That was amazing.
all right. But in doing so, you are currently still in this form. And unfortunately, also in pursuit of the individuals who have seemingly taken your father. In that pursuit, you possibly have hurt a number of townsfolk.
Oops.
A lot of things have also been a little strange, as the majority of you also within the group, sitting with his back against the wall by the door, is Special Agent Decker, who you've also come to recently find out is a former hunter. And essentially, you have all learned that there are these individuals known as hunters that have been around for some time and have been hunting down individuals like yourselves. As far as why or who they are, or all of the very important questions you've all been asking yourselves, you're kind of at a loss. But one thing you do know currently is that Mars's dad is being held in the Pentasystems building, which is not too far from where you currently are. Mr. Murphy got some answers from what seems like one of the security guards there. But you were also told that there are two ways that you could possibly help yourselves and possibly help Mars's dad. Is you have to take out the power source, or you actually have to take out the main system, which are not in the same locations. Because of the research that Tiffany had actually put together, you learned that there's a good possible chance, and it was confirmed by Diana and Diana's father, that the power system is probably at the Old West town that was actually bought recently by Pentasystems. But you're all kind of guessing that the main system is within their headquarters. And so that is currently your dilemma at this moment. You are all in this old, boarded up comic book shop. Mars still in her lupine form, just kind of kind of crouched. Mr. Murphy kind of talking to her consistently in a very calm tone and trying to keep her very, very calm in this moment. But it's become very crowded in this situation, as you now not only have Mr. Murphy yourselves and his wife and Special Agent Decker, you have these other 5 individuals who Mr. Murphy has referred to as his pack, and that they are willing to help you. But you have to tell them what you want them to do. So that is currently what is happening right now. So
Wait, so the adults aren't taking control?
they're looking to you because Mars is in a very, very precarious situation right now. And they seem to be deferring kind of to Mr. Murphy. And Mr. Murphy only has the resources of his pack, which seems to be about 7 of them. And so he needs to know where they're going and what they're doing. So what would you all like to do?
All right, so I guess we'll just take out the power source. That way we don't have to deal with like all the security guards and stuff at Penta Systems. Do you guys think that would be an okay idea?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think my dad had said there's only like what, a few guards at the Wild West town. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's a backup system over there, and so it's not actually like heavily guarded or anything.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, that
first,
seems the best
how
idea.
do we get Mars back to being able to talk to us?
Well, Mr. Murphy kind of steps and goes, well, that's a little tricky. So, because essentially, we could wait till dawn. But I don't know if she wants to do that, considering we don't know what's happening with her dad.
Dawn sounds like a long time.
Yeah. At this point in time, like he kind of looks down at his wristwatch and he goes, "Yeah, we got like about 6 hours."
Yeah, because we spent like all day running around, so it's definitely not that late.
So yeah, we got 6 hours. The other way is not great. But it'll get her right. And he kind of looks around, and he seems like very hesitant to say it. And then his wife comes over, and she goes, "Well, essentially," and she actually looks at Mars, but she's like talking to all of you as she does this. Well, if you want to transform back and you don't want to wait, if you hurt and wound someone that you care very much about, it will actually reverse the process of your transformation. And you can actually see as she's saying this, and she's actually just kind of looking at Mars, Mr. Murphy seems very like kind of upset by what she's saying. You're not entirely sure why, but you're starting to kind of get that idea that there was possibly, they know that only because that dynamic actually possibly happened between the two of them.
I mean, if that's what we have to do, then that's what we have to do. And Amber's gonna like look over at Mars and be like, Mars, I know you don't want to, but time's of the essence right now. We have to do this if we want to save your dad.
Mars is just not looking at you. She seems very against this.
I agree. It's definitely better to act sooner rather than later. Plus, right now we have potentially we could potentially get the jump on them. If we wait too long, we're going to lose that chance. I mean, we might have already lost it now.
Can Mars communicate with Mr. Murphy? Like,
Ye-
does he understand what she's saying? Like,
Yeah, he completely understands you, but to everyone else, it sounds like grunts and growls.
okay, why can't I just go out like this?
He kind of looks at you, and you all understand him when he's talking to you. He's just talking back to her. He goes, well, because in this form, your head is way up your ass, and you only care about the one thing, which is something you should care about. That means everybody in your way is an obstacle to be taken down.
I'm
So-
not hurting Amber. I'm not doing it.
Well, it's probably going to happen if you don't transform.
I can't hurt her. I can't do it.
Amber's gonna walk over and like sit in front of Mars. She's like, crouched over, and just like probably a look that she's never seen before of like an icy kind of look goes over her face, and like, Mars, you're being very selfish right now. You have to do something. And I would like to maybe try to shut her down.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah. So roll a 2d6. And
Let me bring in my chart.
you're going to add your cool. You're cold.
Cool, cold.
Cool, cold.
It's all icy.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is a -1.
Oh, remember,
that's a 5.
You have strings if you want to use it. Well,
ooh, let's do that. Let's do that.
You want to use this? You want to use a string?
Yes, let's use a string.
All right. So all right. So that makes it a 6, which is still a failure. How many strings do you have on her?
Let me look. Let me find my notes.
Tiffany's also gonna step back to whoever is like a little bit apart, either to Mrs. Murphy or Mr. Murphy,
Mhm.
and ask how much does she have to care about the person?
All right. I think it's 2 strings.
If you want to spend both strings, that'll bring it to a 7, and that'll be a success with conditions.
All right. Let's spend them both.
Okay, so you lose the strings, and now here's what happens. You come across poorly, like you're not very convincing. But Mars, you actually get to choose. If you can take one forward, which means in a situation specifically between you and Amber, if you have to roll, you'll get you basically get a 1 added to your roll. You can give Amber a condition. So in this instance, just as a suggestion, in this instance where she's actually trying to like get you riled up and talk to you, you could actually give her a condition where she's afraid of you and your darkest self. In that condition, or something similar, it's completely up to you. Or specifically, well, she just spent all her strings, so she can't lose another string that she just lost them. Or you gain another string on her.
Had an idea.
Okay.
And Mr. Murphy,
Mhm.
do I have to be the one to hurt her, or could I just hold out my claws and she move against them?
Oh no, honey, it's not that easy. You gotta hurt her.
Does it have to be Amber?
Whoever she cares deeply about. If she cares as deeply about any of the rest of you as she does
Yeah.
Amber, then it could be any of you.
So it has to be Amber.
Can you heal her or something after it happens?
As you say this, you hear a voice behind all of you. And it says, "We don't have time for this." And Sergeant Decker comes over, puts himself in between you and Amber, and smacks Mars across the face.
Whoa!
Mars, you are feral in this form. You have
I'm gonna jump up and be in his face.
Yeah. So All right, so you're gonna lash out physically. So roll 2d6, and you're gonna add your volatile to this.
Oh, not so great actually. Or I got a 6.
The 6. All right, I'm gonna roll for him to try and keep his
Rolled a
cool.
4 and I had to have 2.
I'm gonna roll for him to see if he can keep his cool.
All right.
With his +2, he gets a big fat 4. And as you lash out, he tries to duck out of the way, but goes the wrong way, and he anticipates you swiping one way, and you completely take him by surprise. And as you do, you swipe across, and he takes 2 harm as you basically slash across his chest. But in the process, you watch that he actually angled himself in such a way that you do slash Amber's arm. And you immediately see the blood beginning to pour down. Amber, you take 1 harm. Your hit, Mars, just so you're aware, would have gutted him and he would have instantly died if Amber wasn't in the way. It wasn't there. She actually took 1 of those harms.
Oh,
And you watch as Mars, you're watching the blood pour down. You're looking at your claws, at Amber's blood, along with Agent Decker's blood, pouring down, just dripping off your claws. And they're no longer claws. You watch as they begin to retract, and the hair begins to just go back into your pores, and you begin to slowly retract. And now, hunched before all of you is a very confused looking and very worried Mars, who is still staring at Amber and her.
And also probably naked as a jaybird. Anybody got a blanket or something?
Miss Murphy.
Tiffany takes off her sweater.
Miss Murphy also comes over and puts like a wool blanket over you immediately.
Amber, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
it's okay. We have you back now. It's okay.
I didn't want to hurt you.
It'll heal. I promise.
And you see Agent Decker on the floor, just kind of holding his stomach, blood just pouring out. He's like, "Well, all right, good, it's done. Can someone help me?" And you see four.
I was like, thanks for Agent Decker, Eeyore of this world. Thanks for noticing me.
You see four. You see instantly 4 of the pack just come over to him, and they kind of pull him over to the side. One is already got a first aid kit, and they're just kind of going at him. Mr. Murphy is already starting to try and give you a first aid on your arm, Amber. If I remember correctly, though, you've already taken 2 harm over the course of this evening, right? You're pretty banged up. You're just, you possibly have some muscles, not muscles, but bones broken in your face, from your brother grabbing you, and now this slash. So immediately they go to work, and over the course of the next hour, you can take 1 harm back, Amber. Agent Decker still looks pretty shitty. He's super pale right now. Dave, like, his shirt is practically gone underneath his jacket. He's just completely bandaged and wrapped up. And so now they're all just kind of like, looking at all of you, and some of you recognize some of the people now. I mean, it's kind of dark in this area, but some of you actually recognize a few of the people that Mr. Murphy is referring to as his pack. One of them is Mr. Andrews. He's about 60, 65, he's like early 60s, early to mid 60s. he's the owner of the local grocery store, right? Just kind of like balding pate, tufts of like whitish hair, kind of like salt and pepper around the side, kind of like a little heavy, but always seems he's very nice. Most people kind of go see him for like, for kind of like the exotic and hard to find vegetables and sometimes fruits during the summer. Yeah, and he's been the one that's actually been helping Agent Decker with the first aid the most. The other person you probably recognize, especially you, Amber, is Ralph Eaton. He's about late 20s, early 30s, and he's one of the delivery people at Need Pizza. And you recognize him because he works with your mom. So it's a little odd, and again, he's been out of high school, for about, 10, 11 years. But you've seen him around, and, he's just a very unassuming looking guy. And, here he is just kind of like moving silently and apparently part of Mr. Murphy's pack. All of you recognize Mrs. Hobbs, who is one of the administrators in the school office. Yeah, some of you have actually gone
The
to her.
secretary.
Yep. You've probably talked to her at one point or another when you've been out sick and you've had to give in your doctor's note for your files. She's usually the person that you see first when you walk into the school.
Do I covet any of her sweaters?
What's that?
Do I covet any of her grandma sweaters?
Not really, because she actually doesn't. It's just the weird thing about her is like she doesn't dress her age, so everybody's always talking like she's like the spinster, but all the guys, all like the guys in their 50s and 60s are always asking her out on dates, and so she's never seen with the same guy twice. But for someone her age, it's like, what she got going on? It's like really weird. She doesn't really wear the grandma sweaters.
She's that grandma who keeps going to raves and wearing the like rainbow outfits and such.
And the other two you probably you still can't place who they are. One of them seems to be this really this young Hispanic guy, probably his late 20s, early 30s as well. And he's got like, long black hair. It's in a ponytail in the back. And then there's another woman. She seems to be probably mid to late 40s. And she's been helping Mr. Andrews with all the first aid stuff when it came to bandaging up Agent Decker. And so outside of that, again, it's very, they're all moving silently. Like it's a little eerie that the only noise that's probably being made is by the rest of you, and any kind of items that they might be moving around. They themselves are making little to no noise at all.
So during this hour, Tiffany's going to write down like a pro and con list, essentially, of like the actions that they need to take. Like she's being very organized and writing down all the information that Diana gave us, what we know about the about pentasystems, what we know about the twins that have disappeared, and just kind of like, actually she's writing them down onto like little index cards so that she can shuffle things around and like make a mind map, essentially.
Well, we do know where Donald is, but we don't know where June is.
Yeah, but just like writing stuff on, Donald gets a card, June gets a card, like all the players get cards. She's very organized about it.
Does she have yarn and thumbtacks while she's at it to put up on the wall to, connect The doc.
No, she does not. She does not have that, but she has index cards, which I think is really good for her.
I'm thinking like Tiffany, future administrator. You know.
She's
like,
not-
wait,
she's-
I resemble that remark. No,
she's making crazy conspiracy room. Yeah, it's fine.
A little bit, yeah.
So while all of this is happening, and Amber's getting patched up, Mrs. Murphy actually brings in a bag of clothes, and she goes, "Here you go, honey. I always carry extra just in case in the car. So just take out whatever fits you, and just please, by all means, it's yours."
thanks.
And
Mars
so,
is probably going to end up in stuff that just looks so incredibly weird.
well, interestingly enough, Mr. Murphy and his wife actually dress similar, and Mr. Murphy's like the most casual guy I've ever seen. He wears jeans and sneakers, usually like a button-down shirt, but it's open and there's a t-shirt underneath it. Like and so the clothes are pretty much like all of that, including there's like 4 pairs of Chuck Converse in the bag of various sizes. So
Okay, well.
so you're able to put together a comfortable wearing outfit with all of the options you have.
There you go.
So as this is all good, Mr. Murray's like, all right, so like, we got another 5 hours now to go. What are we doing, folks? Because we want element of surprise is going to help us. If we wait to get too close to daylight, I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to put my people at risk for anything during the day, and we'll have to wait a whole other evening.
I say we hit the power.
I agree with the power.
Yeah, I think
Still
that
saying hit the power.
I think that's our best shot.
Mira and the band, what's your thoughts?
Yep. Power. Can't do shit without it.
All right.
I mean, you could do an acoustic set, but that would just kind of give away the old prize. So
Ooh. Gotta bust out the grandpa guitar on that one. Okay.
yeah.
Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, this whole time, Mira, Beast, Kira, and Brett have just kind of been like very, very quietly, like sitting in the corner, watching everything happen, like unclear what to do. But Beast, more than the other two, has almost kind of like been standing like in front of them like a guard, seemingly unfazed by everything that's going on, but seemingly like trying to make both Kira and Brett feel better by like kind of being there for them. But he doesn't seem fazed by anything that's going on. He's just kind of like watching intently. He's just like nodding every now and then.
Beast is so pure.
It really is. I love bees.
He's the best.
Yeah, like he's the rock. He's the rock for all of us. Yeah, that's the thing. That's
Dwayne Johnson as Beast.
yeah.
That would be hilarious.
Just don't tell Disney.
So, while Tiffany is like making her conspiracy theory index card pajama jam, like she's asking the band, like if they remember anything, because she's trying to like give them a little bit of agency, because they've just kind of gotten dragged along, and Mira too. But Tiffany still suspects Mira's something.
I mean, Mira's just as like with the band kind of just being like, what's going on? Like same thing with Mira. Mira's like, holy, like this is a crazy trip. Like there's the whole evening. Like I mean, don't forget, we did like 2 previous sessions of an entire evening of getting like assault on precinct 13 by robot possessed people.
Sex talk with Mira's mom.
Yeah, sex talk with Mira's
All
mom.
started with sex
It was
Jimi
probably like
Hendrix.
people on the Borderlands in there, like
Yeah, so there's a lot that's happened for like a normal person, well, apparently normal person like myself as Mira and the band, we're just like, you guys getting this? We all seeing the same thing? Yeah, like, okay, like.
So
Chris,
yes.
is there like brochures to like local attractions here? Since it was like a hangout.
Mhm.
Basically, I want to find a brochure for the Wild West town. You're probably before Peniston bought it.
Sure.
See if there's one with like one of those like funny maps, like it's like a cartoon map kind of.
Yeah,
So we can like, I'm gonna like lay it out on a table, like clear table, like a plan of attack. Like, all right,
There's a second one. It gets added.
yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, this being the old comic book shop, while there are no like comics on the racks or books on the racks, there are still some of those like brochure holders for local attractions and things like that, including like the old comic book shop.
Perfect.
And yeah, you find like at least a dozen of
All
those
right,
old
so
Wild West maps. Yeah.
Yeah, spread a few out, but like, all right, so here's where we go. All right, so look around the old comic book shop. All right, Rose, you're this Wolverine action figure. Rose, you're this this D&D elf.
Mars.
Mars.
What?
Mars.
Oh, you're the
Rose.
sorry, sorry, but I say Mars. I mean Mars. Mars is the Wolverine action figure. I don't know who Rose is. Mara, you're this D20, and Tiffany, you're I don't know this piece of gum here. Let's use the gum. So all right. So here's my thought process. My dad said that there's like a gate around this place. Okay. Now, if I remember correctly, and Chris, correct me if I'm wrong, he described it as like one of those wire gates. I can easily rip that open.
Yeah.
I don't think that should be a problem.
Yeah, it's just like a chain link fence. It's pretty easy.
So what we do is we find
in the pack on what what Diana can do.
What's that?
Have we filled the pack in on anything of what we are?
No,
yeah,
but
you've seen Diana kick a hole open in a cement wall.
I think you meant, did we tell
Did we
the pack? No, we haven't had a chance to.
No, but Mr. Murphy definitely seems to know that you're all something. He's kind of implied it, but he hasn't come right out and said, "Oh, I know that you're this or I know that you're that." But he's definitely
Diana,
sniffed at you all.
Okay. So Diana, before I think we start like laying this out, we should probably just put all of our cards on the table.
And you're right.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're the mage.
No, I'm a witch.
There's the face.
I'm not a mage. I'm not in Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, I don't wear a fucking hat, and I don't wear red robes.
Sure. Mars, we already know what she does, and Amber's like a sparkly like glitter fairy magic.
Amber is
just Faye.
Shut up, you.
Shut up, you.
Yeah, Diana.
Who are we telling to shut up?
Diana just told you all to shut up.
Sorry, not you guys. The voice in my head. Anyways, look, it's been a long night.
What did you identify yourself as?
Look, we've been running. I'm the muscle, oddly enough.
What happened? What?
I'm the muscle, apparently.
Okay.
I'm sorry, have we met?
Tell everybody what Diana is. She's made a deal with a djinn and was really fucking stupid. Excuse my language, Mr. Murphy.
And very strong. And very strong.
Very strong.
Yeah, I'm focused on the positives for everybody. So,
Yeah,
all right. So, my thought process.
To know what they're working with.
Great. Okay. So, she could probably curse people at random for all we know and goes through people's things and takes things out of their book bags like some sort of creepy stalker.
I'm not a creepy stalker, but I do.
Really? Because you sort of seem like one.
When have I ever taken anything out of your bag?
I've noticed some stuff missing from my bag, and now I'm wondering where that went.
I've never taken anything from your bag.
No, that was me gonna play a prank.
Can we get back to this now? Where we are on limited time here.
I would really like to if you would stop insulting Tiffany.
I am not. She started insulting me.
Oh my god. Yeah,
do
because
you want to
you're
play a game?
Sketchy and being completely I don't know the word, being like all
I didn't-
cloak and dagger bullshit. And when I'm
I
trying to
didn't
like
know
lay
what I was
everything out
dealing
for
with.
everybody.
Yeah, and when that happened to me, I didn't even know that the supernatural was real.
Yeah. And then when
I knew that
revealed
now,
to
I
you-
wouldn't have.
Yeah, and when I
knew it now.
told you that I was a freaking witch, you didn't. I had to press you to actually tell us what the hell was going on with you.
I
Guys,
didn't know if I could trust you.
guys,
You're not
guys,
supposed
guys,
to-
What I
guys,
can do?
You're not the most trustworthy
guys,
person I've ever
guys,
met.
guys,
You're anything
guys,
but.
guys,
Hey,
hey,
what the fuck
hey,
is life?
guys,
I don't trust you as far as I can
Guys.
throw you.
guys,
You
guys,
must not be able to trust me really far, huh?
guys.
Hmm.
Miss.
Like I can't
Muscle
throw you very
Guys.
far.
Okay, at this point,
Guys.
Mars is going to literally pick up Tiffany and just move her over and just be like, "You
Squats.
here," and take Diana and move to another corner of the room. And be like, "You here? Shut up!"
Thank you, Mars. You guys are forgetting one thing. You're all equally weird in the eyes of normal people.
Yeah,
Myself
so what
included.
have we figured out what you are? What do
No,
you do?
and I don't know. I don't know
Does
what.
it really matter?
Yeah, like
it
what is?
does.
Listen, I don't know what a gin is. I guess I didn't make a deal with one, so I guess that writes me
A
off
genie.
on that. Like I don't drink gin. I drink beer. But anyway,
No, gin. DJ. Oh,
that doesn't make any sense. That's not what kind of anyway. So
Candy, but liquor is quicker. Okay.
all right, so I'm a D20, whatever that. Oh yeah, no, I kind of know a little bit about what that means. And then so we're all these pieces.
and I'm shut up
Okay,
dumb.
so keep going. So we're gonna do this mining town, and yeah, let's
So
get
my
back to it.
dad said, right. Thank you. So my dad said there's like a fence around the thing, like one of those wire fences. I should be able to rip that open with no problem. So if we can find a spot,
It's gonna make like a ton of noise, right? You rip
What's that?
apart a fence. It's gonna make a ton of noise.
let's take a hole in it. There's like my dad said there's like one, maybe two guards. This place is not heavily guarded.
Does anybody have wire cutters?
Ooh.
Because we could just literally cut wire if it's a chain link fence.
And
I
also,
am-
who's to say that they're not going to up the security, given that they know that we know something's up? They've been chasing us all freaking night.
We could use a distraction. I'm gonna look over at the band. Someone who can maybe
I
like
nominate Diana.
wander up. They're specifically looking for you and me by name.
Yes, I know.
Guys,
Great, then you can come with me.
guys,
Oh my god.
Guys. do we have to like make a safe
My
word
little
here?
brother.
Sorry, Mara. Anyways, my
Tiffany
thought process.
stomped over by Beast.
My thought process is if you guys look at the band, if you guys are willing, maybe go up like say like, oh hey, we're lost, can you point us like back to the main road or something? While they're doing that, I can go and open up the hole so we can get in.
I mean, we could do that. I was also gonna say, in terms of like bolt cutters and stuff, like get through the fence, sort of quiet. I mean, Agent Decker's got a lot of tools.
That's what I was suggesting.
Yeah, you see.
No, that's a good idea.
At this moment, like when Mira says Agent Decker has a lot of tools, you all kind of turn to look at Agent Decker, who is now kind of sitting in a chair, propped up, just still bandaged. He seems to he's still very pale, seems to be trying to kind of gather his strength. But you all realize that over the course of all of you arguing, you are all surrounded by the pack. And
By
they're
the what?
all
Sorry?
by the pack, Mr. Murphy's pack. And they're all intently just watching all of you. And they seem very tense as you're all just yelling and screaming at each other. And
Is it one of those moments where we stop, we look around, it's like really quiet?
it's you're the only ones talking this whole time, but you didn't notice that they were all surrounding your group. And they're just all just standing there, seemingly ready for anything, it seems.
We'll be quiet, okay?
Oh, sorry, everyone.
They all just look at Mr. Murphy for a minute, and he just kind of like, it's all right. And they all seem to kind of like take it down a notch, and they're not as tense. but they still seem to be kind of on guard. Agent Decker just kind of motions to you, Mira, and says, "Yeah, I have bolt cutters in the van.
That's even better. Then
If you need them."
that was a good idea, Mars.
So, Decker, I'm gonna be completely blunt. You don't look good, and I don't think you should be coming with us.
Oh, neither do I. But
the way you phrase that makes it sound like you're coming anyway.
Yeah. You should
no,
probably stay here.
I'm going to do something else. Because you said you needed a distraction.
No.
Dude, you
Yeah,
are
but not
fucking
the kind that you're thinking of.
Come on, you can't do shit.
Yeah. What?
He's like, he just kind of motions to his stomach.
Dude, you're the
Yes, none of us are looking for you to try and get up and move, okay?
Oh, this is
you have
nothing.
headsets?
This is nothing. It's fine.
Do you have headsets?
Oh no, Agent Decker the martyr. Oh no, come on. We've all seen that trope. Nobody wants to see it again. Stop it.
He looks at you, Mars. He goes, "Would you like to see your father again?"
Well, yeah, but I don't want to make any more sacrifices.
Well, then you let me do what I need to do because I could probably get inside. And make sure that no other guards leave the headquarters and make their way to all of you.
I'll make you a deal. You go and get my dad and cause a distraction. But if you die, I'm going to get Tiffany to resurrect your ass so I can kill you. Okay?
I'm not a necromancer.
Well, you know somebody, I'm sure.
Oh, necromancer's real? Oh, that's so cool.
I don't know if necromancers are real. I just know the term.
Just go along with it here. Hello? Anyways.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
Agent Decker, do you have like little headsets so we can communicate with each other? I've seen those in spy movies.
Yes, that's movies. I have walkie-talkies.
I mean,
Those make a lot of noise.
It's what I
Don't
have.
have large range. We are arguing for no goddamn reason.
Listen,
So
before
can we get can we have some walkie-talkies too? Because it sounds like we're going to be splitting up, and
Yes, I have tools in the van.
Cool.
You can absolutely go in the van and take what you need. It's fine.
What sort of distraction are you thinking of making exactly?
Well, I can get in, possibly, and I can
Mhm.
make sure that they think something is happening on one side of the building, while I am on the other. And
But will we know when it happens?
oh, do you have explosives?
no, I wasn't expecting a full-on assault. I only brought what I normally bring in just a normal day trip. You
Why
know?
isn't C4 something that you keep in your van? Come on. What kind of secret agent are you?
Why would you-
He just puts his head down and just shakes it, and he doesn't even answer you, Tiffany.
And you accuse me of not living in the real world.
Fox Mulder would have C4.
Anyways, my point being is, will we know when you do your thing?
No,
Agent Decker?
because what I'm going to be doing is making sure that while you're doing whatever it is you're doing at the power station, no one else goes to the power station. That's what I'm doing. And in the meantime,
I thought you were talking about the guards there. I'm sorry.
no. In the meantime, I will also be trying to see if I can find out where the Sergeant Kiaya is being held and where he
Okay,
is.
that's good.
Um,
So then we still need a distraction at the gate itself for any guards that might be there. So my dad said there's not a lot. My guess is maybe 1 to 3, probably more like 1 to 2. Obviously he didn't know exactly. It was but like he did say that they didn't keep a lot of people there because of the nature of it.
Mira, and like Brett, Kira, and Beast, do you guys have anything that you guys can maybe set up that would be like noisy that would draw them out?
Band
I mean,
of
I mean,
noise. What?
we could just be noisy assholes. Like,
Oh.
I mean, you know.
BT
I mean, the other thing too is like, okay, so like you're a guard at a place, right? Like, and you think, oh, what's the worst that's gonna happen? A bunch of teenagers come and vandalize. What are you gonna do? Shoot them? No. Like, okay, we can walk up, we can like make some noise, maybe throw some beer cans, and like they gotta respond because it's like, oh, a bunch of teenagers. And then as long as we're not like trying to like beat the crap out of them and just being annoying teenagers, like we got them distracted. And they're not cops. And what are they going to do? Call the cops that they currently have at the headquarters? So we could just do that. What are they going to do?
It's also possible that the guards there, like not everybody who seems to work for this company is necessarily in on it. Like my dad's not. You know,
Yeah,
my dad.
exactly.
My dad so like it's very possible we're dealing with rent-a-cops. Like
Yeah,
literally people there to make a paycheck and that's it.
Who knows? Maybe they're just schmoes that have seen some of my shows. Maybe I'll be able to distract them that way. Who knows?
I mean, who knows? They might be friggin' hunters.
They could be, but I mean, I don't see why they would have hunters guard a location like this. This is their backup generator. If anything, there's going to be hunters at the main building, yes, but I would be shocked if there was one here.
I would not be shocked. It doesn't seem like these people leave any stone unturned. So I would not be shocked.
The other thing too is that like I still don't know. Like Tiffany, you keep thinking I'm a thing. If I just go up there and they like don't like smell me and don't like go white-eyed, then we know I'm clean. So, and if they do, then it's like I'm gonna be like, okay, tell me what I am, because I don't know.
Do we ever determine why specifically they're after me and Tiffany? I thought that was a little bit weird.
Because
I
we
think we
powers
discussed it.
around them. Because we used things around them.
Because we what? I'm sorry?
We used our abilities around them.
I was thinking more that like you chose your paths.
Well,
I
during
was on my path.
during
I didn't
yeah.
do this.
while during the whole Loki incident, both you and Tiffany showed your powers right to Loki.
So it's like we use a power and like the radar spikes basically.
That's
Right.
that's
that's
yeah,
power.
that's what you
I
pretty
they
much
now
figure.
know
Yeah.
Mars is a werewolf.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
I mean, they probably do now. But
Right.
Yeah.
Right now, Amber and Mira, you guys are okay.
Well, except for the fact that they know that you're with us, so if
Yeah.
they recognize you.
Yeah, I guess, but like I don't know how much do they like. Are they gonna go full kill mode on regular people or just subdue them? You know, like I don't know. I'm just saying we can do our thing. If they're normal rent-a-cops, great. If they're weird hunter people, then okay, whatever. We deal with it. Maybe we can run away. Who knows? Anyway,
I mean, the hunter people seem very the hunter people seem very Terminator style. So like it would be. I don't see them really serving guard duty.
Yeah, they're more like a special task force from what we've seen.
Yeah, like they're the guys you call out. Like if, for example, the place being attacked by supernaturals, then I feel they would call out these guys.
They're the SWAT team.
Yeah, exactly. They're like a SWAT team.
All right, well, I guess Agent Ticker load up and we'll load up and we'll get this show on the road.
Yeah. Sorry, Bear. What were you? Also, you were saying something. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Okay. I thought of that. I was just like, I don't think they're gonna have read the cops as these things.
Tiffany, I need you to roll 2d6 and add your cold.
Okay. It's sad.
all the rolls so far have been sad today.
2. Well, you gain experience.
Yay!
And you all watch as you're all talking and trying to come up with this plan. Tiffany just kind of walks over to where Agent Decker is sitting. And there's like some bloody bandages where they were trying to stop the bleeding and everything. And you just like she's staring at all of you, and you're all just looking, and she's just like, and she's trying to bend down and very unsecretly trying to pull the bandages, the bloody bandages off the ground, as if she's like doing nothing.
She's cleaning up. She's cleaning up.
Tiffany?
Agent Decker just grabs your wrist because he's sitting right next to you, right next to
Why
the.
are you proving my point?
He goes, no.
Do you want me to be able to know where you are in case we get separated?
You are not allowed to have my blood.
We can
Then
use
give
a
me some hair.
walkie-talkie.
Because there's many things you can do other than track me.
Yes,
Exactly.
but I wouldn't.
We just met a couple of hours ago, and then he kind of motions to his stomach.
I know.
Right.
I
So-
haven't caused any of that.
Let's just.
Do you have like a room in your house full of body parts?
I'm gonna beat you with my broom for made of body parts.
So,
Somebody write that down.
Mr. Murphy just comes over and goes, all right, look, kids, all right, this is getting out of hand. All right, so we don't have all night for this. So you said you're going to go to the power station, right? All right. Agent Decker, you said you're going to try and get in. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send two of my people with you guys. And he points to your whole group. Then I'm going to send two of the pack with you. And then the rest of us are going to back up Agent Decker and make sure that if anybody does leave the building and they seem to be getting in cars to go somewhere else, we'll make sure that they ain't getting to you. Don't worry, we ain't going to be seen. We're just going to be popping tires and making sure that nobody gets nowhere, that they can't get to you. All right?
I'm first.
You see the young Hispanic guy come over, and he's got like this small little briefcase, and he goes, this actually might be helpful to you. And he kind of puts it on the table, and he opens it up, and it's a tranquilizer gun with about 6 darts.
Ooh.
And he goes, it's really powerful shit.
That'd be really useful.
But use them sparingly, because there's only 6 shots, and you gotta load them once. And Javier, show him. And the Hispanic guy he kind of shows you how to put a dart. He actually loads the first dart in and then close it up. And Amber, you're actually kind of familiar with this because your dad is a veterinarian. So you've
Are these horse tranquilizers?
Yeah.
Where did you get these? My dad has to special order them.
Yeah, he does. Where do you think he gets them from?
I don't want to know what my dad does anymore.
I do.
I did not know your dad does ketamine.
No, he's a doctor. He's a vet. Like we carry these on the regular.
Okay.
It makes sense.
Because, and he kind of motions to the rest of his pack, just in case something bad happens. And then they all look at Mars.
I just thought you were going to be like the supplier for veterinarian supplies, and you could have just been like, yes, that's what we do. And your dad is one of our customers. No big deal. America, commerce.
Capitalism.
Thanks, Mira. Thanks.
So
not everything has to be spooky.
Yes,
Everything's
where have you
spooky.
been?
So Agent Decker throws Mira the keys to the van. He goes,
I'm honored.
just bring it back in one piece if you can. But if not, that's fine. I would prefer if you can't bring it back, to burn it. But if you can bring it back, that would be great.
Are walkie-talkies in the
Oh,
van?
yeah.
You said.
Yes, they're in the back with the rest of the gear that I brought. Help yourselves. But I would probably stay away from the M16s as you all
Ooh.
probably don't know how to use them.
I mean, we could learn.
And you see Mr. Murphy goes, "We'll take those."
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, Mr. Murphy, speaking of what you guys are gonna do, so are you guys gonna like are you coming with us to the backup, or are you guys also going to like do the headquarters like to assist in
Javier and Sonia are going to go with your group to this power plant that you keep talking about. The rest of us are going to back up Agent Decker here. Make sure also he's not trying to double cross us too. And he just gives a really sharp look at Agent Decker. He goes, "Oh yes, because I am in so much physical shape. Really, try to fool a bunch of werewolves. Come on now." He goes, you're a hunter. Once a hunter, always a hunter. So just gotta be safe. He goes, "Very well, it's fine." And then he just kind of looks at all of you and says, I'm gonna go with you to the van. I'm gonna take what we need here. And then the rest is all yours, and you go do what you need to do.
Okay. Tiffany heads towards the van.
So
All right,
She's gonna go to the
fantastic.
driver's seat first to look for hair.
all right. Tiffany,
Listen, she has a plan. It's gonna be useful.
You know,
Okay.
when I made that accusation, the worst thing he could have done was to keep proving me correct.
Isn't Decker bald?
no, he's not. He's got like a pate, like very light kind of shaved sides to his hair, and the top is just completely bald. But there's like it looks
I
like
just take offense, Diana, to taking something out of your bag. I've never taken something out of your bag.
Yeah, I don't believe you.
That's fine. You're a liar too.
I don't trust you. You've done nothing but accuse me since we met.
I love Marsa's reaction.
And here's the thing: when we finish this, we never have to see each other again.
You should kill that one first. Increase your power, and then eat Amber.
In my head, you had me right up till the end there. I'm not gonna lie, right up to the end.
All right, so you all begin making your way to the van. You open up the back. There are two M16s with a lot of rounds, and basically you can see these big metal containers that are filled with ammo. And Mr. Murphy just grabs them, grabs the ammo. He kind of looks through everything a little bit. He goes, "All right, yeah, that's good. Nothing else is all right. Cool. All right, good luck. Let's meet back here as soon as possible when you're done."
All right, good luck, Mr. Murphy.
Yeah.
All right, you too.
Good luck, everyone. Yeah, Agent Decker, good luck.
And Agent Decker's he's just kind of like standing in the doorway, just watching all of you, just holding his stomach. And he's just like, "Well, yeah, we're going to need it. And please, by all means, considering who these people are, if they are hunters, run. Just run. All right. Good luck."
Amber's definitely going to cozy up to Mars in the back of the van.
Okay. So you all find, as far as gear is concerned, there are 4 walkie-talkies. There are 6 flares. You find also you have the 1 tranquilizer gun with the 6 darts. You do find a couple of large Bowie knives. You find 3 of those. Kind of like the one that you've all seen Rambo at this point in time because it's 1992.
Did Mr. Murphy take a walkie-talkie?
No, he didn't.
Well,
They wouldn't reach that far anyway. Walkie-talkies there didn't have like a huge radius.
Yeah,
That's
I think
what
we
I
should
need
give
is
one to
blood.
Mara's. I think we should give one to Mara's group, one for us, or maybe another one for us. Like,
Hmm.
That should be. I mean, that should be enough. I don't think we're going to slip any further than that.
There's about a 25 to 30 foot length of rope. That is every foot is knotted. And let's see what else is in there. Yeah, that's it. That's what you have in the pack.
I don't think I really need a weapon, all things considered.
I still have my nightstick. Or was it a broom handle?
It was a broom handle.
It was a broom handle? That's appropriate.
Yeah.
I think Amber's going to take up one of those Bowie knives.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to grab one too, just in case. But I mean,
anything that people do not take, Tiffany puts into her bag because you never know.
Okay.
And
Does Tiffany have Mary Poppins' bag of holding?
Yeah. And so she converts the messenger bag into a little backpack.
Fair enough.
She's
Yeah.
ready.
Not a problem. And yeah, you take the flares as well. And these are different. Like, you know that they're flares. You've seen flares before, like road flares. But these are different. Instead of like being like that reddish orange color that you've kind of seen in the stores, that anybody could buy. They're actually silver in color. But they definitely have the cap, and they seem to work just like normal flares.
Hey Mars, is this silver?
I mean, it's silver colored.
Not silver colored. Like, is it actual silver? Can you
I would
check
have
that? Are you allergic to it?
Mars is going to reach out and just touch it.
It burns.
Yep, that's silver.
Okay, you don't touch these.
Well, thanks. Thanks for letting me know. After I touched it, then you asked me to touch.
You're welcome. Tiffany pulls out like a red handkerchief and actually wraps them up, so that if Mars needs to go into her bag, she doesn't accidentally brush against it. Because Tiffany is kind.
Okay. Who's taking?
And
Who's taking?
I mean, I guess it's never too late to start. I mean,
So Amber is taking one of the Bowie knives. Diana's taking one. Who's taking the last one?
I'll take it. May as well.
Okay.
I mean, if anybody wants mine, you can have it. I don't really think I need it. I'm more just grabbing it so we have it.
Okay.
Mara, do you want one? Because I mean, you don't have powers.
I have a beast.
Give it to me.
Do you guys want the tranquilizer, since you're probably going to be dealing with the the guards?
Well,
Can any of you guys?
Are we distracted? First of all, that's a great question. Can any of us shoot / use a knife and stab effect? Like, has anybody here been in a knife fight? Because man, like,
I've not been in a knife fight, but I can ring a chicken.
I mean, I've cleared like weeds and stuff away before.
I have super
obviously
strength.
different.
I've done yard work.
yeah.
I can also probably shoot a gun too. I live on a farm.
Yeah, you're familiar. You're familiar with like 22s, like think smaller caliber weapons for the farm.
Not even like a shotgun.
Yeah, even shotgun.
Oh,
But you don't have one. You don't have one. But yeah,
Okay.
you're familiar with mostly like killing small varmints, keeping them away from from everything. Varmints. Mars.
Get away from my dick, you damn
Squirrels. Mars, as you go to grab the knife, there's an uncomfortable heat coming from it.
I'm not gonna touch that.
Here, I'll take it.
I think it's silver.
Are all of them silver?
I don't know, but when I went to go touch that one, it started to hurt. So
Yeah, they're all sheathed. They have these sheaths that kind of, if you're wearing a belt, you can actually like clip it onto your belt. When you pull them out of the sheath, you can see that there are 2 grooves on the inside, on both sides of the actual blade, that seem to be filled with a lighter silver material. And you quickly guess that these are silver lined Bowie knives.
Agent Decker really was banking on werewolves.
He's a hunter.
I mean,
Werewolves are
defense, I mean, there's a
easy
lot of werewolves here.
werewolves are unfortunately an easy thing to prepare against because of the silver allergy.
Are there
Just
any
common
wooden
sense,
stakes?
just a numbers thing.
Are there any wooden stakes and crucifixes in here too? I mean, geez, like.
Are you because you only all saw like the huge duffel bag in the back? Do you all want to like really like
Oh,
tear into the van and look around?
Tiffany's looking. She
Okay.
starts like tapping the floor to see if there's like a hidden compartment.
Okay.
Because she saw that in spy shows.
Okay.
She watched the Avengers.
Is anyone else doing that, or are you all just kind of letting Tiffany do her thing?
Mars is standing outside the van, tapping her foot, looking very annoyed at that how long everything's taking.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually with Mars on this one.
All right. Tiffany, you begin doing, you kind of take the duffel bag, you start pulling, you start knocking around, you look under the seats. As you look under the back seats, there is actually this black tearaway fabric underneath one of the seats. And as you pull the tearaway fabric down, a bunch of things fall out from underneath the seat. And as you start pulling them out, there are a dozen wooden sharpened stakes.
Found your stakes, Diana.
There is a
vampire.
There is
was mirrored for those.
There is a 44 Magnum that seems to be already preloaded. And as you kind of open it up, and again, you're familiar with firearms, you open up the chamber. It's a 6-bullet chamber, and you kind of shake the bullets out. And as you shake them out, the bullets themselves are wooden, and the front of the bullets actually seem to be like a dark color.
Interesting. She loads the Magnum back up and puts it back. Because as far as she knows, they're not going up against vampires, so she doesn't need those things. Does she find anything?
Yeah, you continue going. When you get to
we can go, guys. I can do this while we're driving.
You get to the back wheel well, like where the back wheel well is, and it seems a little bigger than it should be. And you again pull. You see that the fabric is a little loose, like the carpeting on the inside of this van is a little loose. And you pull it back, and there is an actual chamber inside, like a small deep recess inside of this wheel well. And as you look in, there's like at least maybe a dozen different religious symbols inside this wheel well. There's like 2 crosses. There's a Star of David. There's a number of other different what looks like religious iconography, just all on chains. Just kind of like
you just give Agent Decker a chamber of secrets.
I thought that was Tiffany's bag.
It's a recess of secrets.
It's the wheel well of secrets.
The wheel well of secrets.
Wheel well of wishes.
Well, you called it a chamber, and I was like, a chamber of secrets. Anyway.
But yeah, Tiffany, that's pretty much like as you continue going, and in the seat, you do see that there's a lot of blood still on the driver's seat from when he drove you all from the police station to this area. Yeah. And you're very easily able to get that. And at this point, yeah, everybody starts kind of packing into the van, as well as Javier and Sonia. Javier being the young Hispanic guy who kind of gave you the tranquilizer gun. And Sonia, who she's actually, now that you can actually see, she's wearing a jacket, but underneath the jacket, you can see that she's wearing scrubs. And
are you a doctor?
She kind of looks at no, I'm a nurse.
Better.
That's kind of why.
Yeah, that means you actually know what you're doing.
It's kind of why I'm coming with you.
Excellent. Thank you, Sonia.
No, it's fine. Let's just get where we're going. And I mean, what are we doing anyway when we get there?
Okay, so let's get in the car and let's go,
All right.
and we can talk on the drive.
Who's driving?
Beast.
I vote Beast or Brett, whoever drives.
Beast always drives.
Yeah, Beast. I think Beast is good.
Beast is actually like he's just very patiently waiting on the sidewalk. And as you all was like, yeah, I think Beast should drive. He's like, got it. Just kind of goes around, gets in the driver's seat. Before he actually gets into the driver's seat, he kind of looks at it for a minute. He kind of rips off a piece of his already torn up shirt, and he starts like trying to like very, very haphazardly cleaning the blood off of the seat. He's like, that's nasty.
What does he do with the rag?
He throws it out on the street.
That's a terrible idea, Beast. She picks it up
Mm.
and brings it inside and
And
leaves it inside
he kind of looks at you a little weird. He goes, all right.
because blood is valuable.
Yeah, when it's on the inside.
Also,
Santa's gonna not say anything, but her eyes gonna quickly fall on one of the stakes.
Yeah, and you hear,
Yes, easy. It's very easy. Do it. Do it.
all right, so you all begin.
Oh yeah.
You all begin the trek. Beast very easily starts to pull out into the main thoroughway. And again, just to remind everybody, it is a complete blackout right now.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any lights on except over by Pentasystems, the building itself. There seems to be electricity going on in there.
There's a shock.
But-
Tiffany sits in the seat directly behind the driver's seat.
okay. So you're currently driving to the old Wild West area. And what kind of plans or what is it that you want to talk about while you're making your way there?
All right, so the band is going to distract at the front gate to try to get the guards out there. That way we can get in through the fence.
Yes. We found wire cutters, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in the
Okay,
van.
I'll grab them. Yeah, we'll cut the
Yeah, I think
wires.
that makes the
And
most
then-
sense. Or the strongest to be able to get through
Yeah.
it fast.
Oh, did we lose somebody?
Yeah, we lost Mark.
Mark!
Oh no, there he is.
Oh, he's back! Return to us, Mark.
No.
All So then once we're inside the gate, we will inside of the power building find like the main grid or whatever kind of box they have and rip the shit out of it.
Sonia and Javier look at each other a little worried. It's like, so what you're saying is you don't really have a plan.
That is correct.
It's the best
We're
I've
too
come up
busy
with.
hearing people
This is
yelling
the
at
best
each
plan we've had
other.
so far.
We're teenagers.
Unfortunately, my dad didn't really give us an exact layout of the place, so
Do
I
you
mean
have
we're
any
going off the
suggestions?
map.
So,
I mean, I've had to fix like the breaker box before in my house when like we overpower it.
I was just gonna smash it.
I mean, I mean, it's gonna hurt, but I could probably smash it as well.
Guys, there's probably an off switch.
I punched through.
Yeah,
Yeah, or there's a light off switch.
Yeah, but with an off switch, you can turn it back on.
Yeah.
Not if you rip it off.
Yeah, we have to
I mean-
destroy it.
Actually, yeah, I could just rip it off. I'll rip off the off switch when I get there.
Sonia,
Punch through a wall.
Javier,
It can't be that much harder.
do you guys have a better idea?
No.
they look at each other again, and Javier just says, like, look, like we're there to kind of help you and make sure that you're safe. I guess we can probably when we get there, just kind of sniff out if there's other people around for you and
Yes. If we can get a head count.
That's a good idea.
yeah, but as far as whatever, like we don't know what it is that you want to do. So you're saying you want to smash the power there. I mean, I guess yes, smash things.
Yeah.
That should work.
Yeah, so we're trying to kill the power over at Pentasystems
Oh,
so
okay.
that we can get in and get Mars's dad and the rest of the police department because,
Yeah.
they're captured.
Javier,
And all the missing people.
yeah, Javier just kind of nods. He's like, yeah, I just work at the sporting goods store. So yeah, I mean, I'll do what I can.
So once we find it, I'll rip the box out. Like I'll do some damage to it.
I mean,
Mira, you look concerned.
just like if it's a power, like, so, I mean, if it's a generator, that means there has to be fuel for it. So probably just, besides turning it off, just,
Light
Blow
it
it
on
up.
fire?
what? No, I mean, that'd be
Did my
cool.
dad say what kind of it? Sorry.
Listen, I just want the nuclear option.
Did my dad say what kind of a generator it was?
No, he just said that they had to run the power from the main headquarters to this area. And then that his job was just making sure that everything was connected. And actually setting up essentially a power grid, but he didn't really go into details about like what kind of generator it was or anything like that.
Yeah, my dad didn't say what kind of generator it was, but I mean, it could be one that we could just, punch a hole in it or something and just light
Well,
it
I
on
mean,
fire.
I know my brother pulled a prank on someone that wasn't super funny one time where he poured sugar into someone's gas tank. I wonder if it's and that like messed up the car forever. They had to get rid of it. But maybe if we pour like dirt into it, if it's a gas power generator, we can really like muck it up.
Maybe. Unfortunately, we're not going to know until we get there. We're going to have to play that part by ear. But as long as we do some sort of major damage to it, it'll at least either we can stop it permanently or we can at least slow it down more than enough for what the purposes that we need it.
Chris,
Yes.
I just have a question.
Shoot.
Because I'm trying to remember why we've decided to go kill the generator. And I don't remember why we are doing this.
Well, you were contacted at your Graham's house by June through the TV. Oh no, it was in Amber's house.
Yep.
Where you were told that in order to help your family and friends, you either had to shut down the power or shut down the system, and they were not in the same place.
Okay. Thank you. Sometimes you forget why you're doing things.
Yeah, no, it's been a while before, since we got back, so it's reasonable, it's fine. So as Beast continues to drive, there is a slight snowfall happening, as this is still your Christmas break, while all of this is happening, and fairly soon you make your way onto the old highway that will take you straight to the old West Town. As you begin to slowly arrive, is there anything you want to do to prepare before you actually get to the old West Town proper?
I think we've prepared as much as we can.
Okay. So Beast kind of pulls off to the side of the road, maybe about half a mile from the actual place, shuts the lights off, and he kind of turns around, looks at you, goes, "We'll make sure if there's anybody's here, they don't see us coming."
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing too. So like, we can't just pull up to the gate or whatever it is, what entranceway. So like, do you guys want to hoof it at some point? Like, because I figure we're.
Mhm.
No, I figure like being the band, again, if we're gonna do the whole distracting thing at like the obvious way in, then you guys got to be somewhere else.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to go on foot.
Brett and Kira still look freaked out. They're following all of you, but their eyes are darting everywhere. And any little sound or movement, they're both just kind of like jumping and looking at that. They seem very, very freaked out. But even with that happening, they're still following all of you. Javier and Sonia also follow all of you. They kind of separate and flank the group. And so Javier's on the left and Sonia's on the right. And they slowly disappear as you're walking. And it's strange because you're all clocking them. You're all watching, that they are there. And while there's not a lot of light, there is moonlight happening. It's not a full moon, but there is some moonlight happening. They just kind of seem to melt into the thin air because there's like sporadic trees and bushes around, but they just kind of seem to disappear.
Tiffany elbows Mars. Can you do that?
Not yet.
That's super cool.
Yeah. Gonna have to ask them to teach me.
So,
I'm glad that you
Mara,
found people like you.
sorry, I thought I was making sure. I didn't want to interrupt them. Yeah, just drop us off like right, I guess right before you get into the main gate, and we'll go around side in the woods.
What are we walking or no? Like,
well, yeah, from you're right now. You're all kind of walking. You've actually left the van. You're walking towards the actual site.
Yeah. So you guys just pick a spot and we'll just do our thing, whatever that is.
Throw a party.
Yeah, like I'd say probably as
Be
close to the main
rowdy.
gate as you can.
Oh no, I
Be
mean
rowdy, be annoying.
we're gonna do it, and I'm like trying to like grab Brett and Kieran and be like, okay guys, like look, it's fine. It's fine. It's party time. Like this is what we do. This is what we constantly do all the time. Like, how is this any different? Like, like seriously. You know what? Here, everybody smoke up. She just pulled out a pack of cigarettes. Just like, here, just calm down. Like, everything's fine.
Yeah. You
werewolves and all this other shit. We're fine.
Brett is like shaking as he's lighting the cigarette. He's like, all right, we're cool. This is all cool. We got this.
Are you guys gonna be okay? Because we're gonna go find the gate, the fence.
Kira's just like she takes this big pull that makes the cigarette go halfway, and then okay, I'm better. I'm good. And while you're all talking, you hear behind you, and you just watch that there's a beer in Beast's hand, and he's just like, "What?"
Beast
Oh,
is
Beast.
No, you're good. That's
That's
what.
little hard eyes.
So Diana's then gonna she's gonna head to the tree lot, to the tree line, closer to where the town would be. So we're gonna start trying to find a path up towards the fence.
Yep.
Preferably someplace that's the furthest point from the gate that we can easily get to.
Sure. Yeah, and that's
Mira,
that's easy enough.
Mira, give us 10 minutes before you start making a ruckus, just to give us time to get over there. That way we're utilizing your noise making abilities to the best of our advantage.
Okay. I guess we'll just sit in darkness for 10 minutes and just chill.
I mean, maybe start making a fire.
Like,
You're having a party in the woods.
I mean, okay. I figure we were gonna all right, we'll figure it out. Fuck it.
You got this.
Okay. So you all begin to kind of find your places. As you're getting closer, you're actually all beginning to hear this very, very subtle hum sound coming from this, what you now know is a power station in this old West town. And as you're all kind of approaching it, you can see there are some they look like some spotlights around a chain link fence. And as you're kind of setting yourselves up, Mira, you and the band get a little closer, and you can see what looks like a very quickly put together guard shack that's just kind of like right outside of this gate. And there's a light on the inside.
Okay. All right. I mean, we're gonna wait the allotted 10 minutes of letting them do their thing before we do anything.
Okay.
And I mean, honestly, actually, like the idea of doing like either like a small fire or something is not a bad idea in terms of like drawing them out a little bit. So we'll probably spend that time like getting some kindling, putting it together, do some rocks, make it look good.
Mm-hmm.
Not to like start a forest fire, not arson, but
Okay.
like
yeah.
Okay.
That's easy enough. Yeah, you're able to kind of pull a little pile together. And at this point, everybody's kind of set up where they want to be. And you and the band are maybe about 80 to 100 feet away from this guard shack. And you can see again, there's like this small little window, and there's like a door on the side, also with a small window in it, and there's a light on it. You don't really see any movement or anything, but you can see that the light is on. And then around this chain link fence, the guard shack is actually in front of what looks like a large double gate that opens, enough to like for vehicles to drive in and out of it. And then the rest is just kind of lined around this area. So you begin to light this fire. And what are you doing when you're lighting this fire?
I mean, right now, like, I feel like it's kind of like my intention is that here's my train of thought is that if 10 minutes goes by and we got to start like doing stuff, like we're going to like roll up on the gate, not like bad, but like be like, oh man, everything else is blacked out. We really wanted to chill in this real weird, creepy ghost town. What's these guys doing here? Who are you? Security for what? Hey, tell you what, we're a really popular band. Why don't you give us a tour or something like that? I don't know. Just like trying to play it off like we're teenagers, like,
of toddlers. Let me ask enough questions and you'll eventually be worn down.
Yeah, like we're not like we're not assaulting like this gate or whatever. Like, we're still just gonna, be like, hey, yeah, like what's going on here? Man, we used to come here and smoke pot a lot. Now we can't do that anymore. That sucks. And if they decide to come out to our fire, we're gonna be like, well, we were gonna hang out in the creepy abandoned mine, but you guys are there. Hey, what's going on? You wanna like smoke a cigarette with us? Like,
Okay.
All right, so you begin kind of sitting around this fire. Beast is still, drinking his beer. Brett is very quickly taking just like small puffs. Kira's just kind of looking around, and they just start talking, like just regular, kind of talking with each other. Brett and Kira are actually talking about all the crazy shit that has been going on. And Beast is just like, no, I really like the way that van handles, man. It's like really good, and we should really get a van like that, Brett, man. And it's
God,
like
just the purest heart. He's just the purest little soul.
About 5 minutes go by, and you all begin to hear, hey, what are you kids doing out here? And you see coming not from the guard shack, but from like around the fence, maybe about 50 or 60 feet around, like the corner of the fencing. You see this older man, maybe late 50s, early 60s, clearly wearing like it looks like a security guard uniform, brown and gray. There's like a silver badge on the corner. And he's got like a mag light in his hand, and he's just kind of like shining it over to all of you. Hey, what are you kids doing out here? This is private property.
Like, I don't like this spot we're on right now is private property.
Yeah.
But what, the fence is over there. So shouldn't the fence be here if this is private property?
Look, I don't know how many times I gotta tell you fucking kids. This whole area is private property. It's just a fence for other shit. Just gather your shit, get that fire going and get the hell out of here before I call the cops. Come on.
Well, wait. What about? So okay. So what's going on? Like, hey, look. Like up until a couple months ago, we could just come here and hang out because there's nothing else to do in this town. And now this. Like, what? Like, what's going on in there? What's in the mind?
Bullshit.
He kind of looks at you. He's still flashing like the mag light in all your faces, and you hear like this clicking sound, and you watch as he pulls a walkie-talkie off of his belt and he goes, "Tony, we got some more stupid fucking kids out here. Can you come back me up, please?" And he puts it back on his belt, and now you actually hear the door of that small shed open, and you see another man come out, a little taller than him, probably around the same age, and clearly it looks like he was just woken up, like he's just like, and he puts his flashlight up, and he's just like, "Oh, my fucking kid. Get the fuck out of here before we call the cops. Come on."
You guys are like the only place to hang out right now. The whole town, there's nothing else happening. Like, come on. We're just kids. And we don't like being called like the F word kids. Oh no, our virgin ears. Oh my God. Like, listen, like, you don't have to be dicks about it.
The older guy, the one that comes out of the shed, kind of flashes the light on you, Mira, and goes, "You're Johnson's kid, aren't you?"
Wow, I didn't think I had fans out here.
All right, we're gonna have to call this in. And he pulls his belt, and you see as he starts flipping through the knobs, and he begins to he starts talking into the walkie-talkie. "Yeah, this is Tony over at the power site. We're gonna need some backup because or at least send the cops out here because we got these stupid fucking kids here again, and they're not leaving." And as he finishes the sentence, he stops momentarily, and he watches his eyes go wide, and then he drops the walkie-talkie as you watch as a hand pushes its way through his chest. And then the other guard, who's just like still got the light on you, still hasn't registered that something's happened. You hear a large thudding sound, and then he just drops to the ground. And as you're just like, what the fuck is going on? You watch as Sonia pulls her hand out of the guard's chest, and then Javier has taken this large boulder and just knocked the other guy's head in with it.
Nuclear reaction.
Yeah, oh my God, guys, holy shit. Like,
we don't have time for this shit. He just called in for backup.
Well, what the fuck? We're doing our job. We're distracting. Like, you just have to kill him?
They're the only two here. Go do what you need to do. We'll watch out. We'll make sure nobody comes now that apparently people are to be coming now.
We didn't know. We don't need to do anything else. If that was it, then we did our job.
Just go. Just go.
All right. Okay, guys, let's just go into the weird place now, because now the two people are dead. Like,
As Chris very calmly takes a sip.
I wonder how they're doing.
You've all like from everybody else's perspective, right? You heard two older people yelling at Mira and the band, and then
Which was the plan,
right? And then silence, and then people arguing.
Everything's going as planned. Perfect.
The thing is, like, they would have been like, oh, we're gonna call the cops. There's no cops. Like, what were they gonna call? Ghostbusters? Like, it's fine. Haha, call your cops. Like, and now they're dead. Like, I was so proud of the fact that I was not responsible for any bloodshed this whole campaign. Like, I was just like riding shotgun, like, yeah, we're just this band doing this kooky weird shit, and everyone else is all fucked up. And now we distracted two old guys too. Like, my grandpa, the security guard, is now dead.
Grandpa Tony.
Yeah, who was just doing the night shift, making minimum wage, being a guard for God knows what, and now he's dead. Like,
well, I mean, technically
He
speaking,
died in the name of capitalism.
your
yes.
your streak is unmarred. You still haven't killed anybody.
I mean, not directly, but like, I feel like responsible. Like, oh, hey, look over here. Like,
so yeah. Sonia and Javier are just looking at all. He's like, "Let's go!" And you all hear them now. Let's go.
Okay, Power Rangers, go! Like,
While this is happening, I guess we're approaching the fence. Snippy.
Yeah, there is a chain. Yeah, there's a large chain with a lock on the gate, and with the bolt cutters, very easily you're able to snip that chain, and the lock falls away easily because they're on wheels. You're able to pull the two gate fences to the side and able to walk in.
Wait, we did
Awesome.
a plan, right?
We will dash in and go find the grid as quickly as possible.
Yeah. They must be creating a great distraction out there.
Yeah, you just
we
kind
did
of
tell them the plan, right?
you kind of run by the band, and Sonia and Javier are just kind of like waving you to go. And there are two bodies on the ground. But you just kind of like run by them. And Mira and the band are just kind of like, they still seem like a little shocked.
You all saw that too, right? That wasn't just me.
We saw it. Let's keep going.
I'm a little uncomfortable with how quickly the decision to kill was.
wasn't our decision. Let's just go.
Okay, we're Scooby doing it.
Okay.
So we're looking around. So we're looking for the grid, basically.
Okay, yeah. So you walk in, and you see like a number of buildings, and all of them seem like those kind of like, very quickly, those small little shacks that have been very quick, like you can put together very quickly, and you can peer through the windows and you start to see that there's just like lots of tools, things like that, and you start to hear that hum. And the hum actually becomes, the further you walk in, the more prevalent this hum becomes. It doesn't get louder. It just seems to be more ever present. And as you're kind of making your way, and you're just running past these buildings, and the sound is getting more and more intense. And then you find yourself in front of this large mine opening. And
No, we did not. No.
And very clearly the sound is coming from there, and you can see thick cabling basically running over your heads out of the mine into the larger area where it looks like these large large telephone poles where these cables are attached that actually go past where you actually came in from. So it looks like this is probably where the power source is probably inside this mine.
Well, let's follow the cables.
Okay. You begin moving in. I would like to know a marching order for all of you, please.
I guess I'm leading.
Okay.
I'm in front.
Okay. Who's behind Diana?
Amber goes in the middle.
Okay.
Mars will be at the very end.
Okay.
Tiffany's in front of Mars.
Tiffany's in front of Mars.
No, Tiffany is near Beast. That's where Tiffany's priority is.
Okay. So I'll say that Beast is definitely right behind Amber. Mira, where are you at?
I guess like we could surround Amber, like if Beast is behind Amber, like we could be in front of Amber. The rest of us.
I just want to say how happy I am that all of you are like, yes, Amber is perfect and precious, and we must protect her. I'm so glad that you all are on board with Mars. Is like, must protect. I'm just really thank you all.
Because otherwise Amber's going to wander off.
I mean, that's true.
Okay. So
Do you think so little of me that I'm just wandering
you're
off in this situation?
That predictable.
so as
She's
you
like, oh, let's help them.
as you're all walking, so the marching order is Diana, Mira, Brett, Kira, Amber, Beast, Tiffany, Mars. All right, that's kind of pretty much the order that you're walking into the mine.
Sounds good to me.
And the mine itself is not like very like the opening. You can do maybe like 2 or 3 people wide, but you're all just kind of like watching each other's back as you're walking in, and it is dark. Mira, you did get tossed one of the mag lights, one of the large flashlights, by Sonia, so you do have that available if you want to use it.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm not trying to blind anybody, but yeah, like might as well just like, yeah, Scooby-Doo, here we go. Boop, 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 boop. Let's see all the secrets in this spooky cave.
If there are many doors that we run in and out of, I'm gonna be so upset.
Beast actually stops everybody and he goes, Mira, let me get that light for a minute. And he grabs the flashlight from you and he unscrews the back. And inside, and you're like, why is he taking the batteries out? But he actually unscrews the back and the batteries don't come out, but a little like pop top comes off. And there are like different color lenses. And he pulls a red one out and then he slides it over the front of the mag light. And immediately, instead of the bright white flash, you can all now see, but it is now a deep red color.
Hard eyes.
And he kind of hands the flashlight back to you, and he goes, "Yeah, not a lot of people know that that you can do that, so that way nobody sees us."
How are you so secretly smart?
Don't let it get out, man.
This reminds me of like Draco Malfoy turning to Crabbe in the movie. I didn't know you could read. That's what it reminds me of.
He just kind of looks at you, goes, "Don't let it get out, man."
Yeah, or the secret's dying here. Okay, cool. So yeah, let's.
All right. You progress into the mine, and the hum does become more and more present. And again, it's not loud, but you can feel this hum, this vibration in all of your bodies. And it is not uncomfortable, but it's making you all a little uneasy. And you are also moving in a downward angle. Not steep, but clearly it is not a straightforward pathway. You are definitely going downward. You're walking for about another 10 or 15 minutes, and you're actually following the cables. You can actually see the cabling continuing from above. Mira is just keeping the flashlight not just in front, but just looking at the top to make sure that you are following wherever these cables go to. And you slowly begin to come upon a large opening that opens up into another cavern. As you're kind of approaching this, Brett's like, "Okay, I'm fucking done. This fucking place is crazy. I'm gonna go back with Mars because she could probably fuck shit up." And then Brett just kind of goes to the back, like he seems like super freaked out.
Dude.
Yeah, no,
Come on.
no. I'm just like, did you see what those fucking people did? They like that chick with the scrubs. She just put her hand through the guy's chest, right? I mean,
yeah.
She wasn't even all like wolfed out like Mars was. Like that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it
Did
is.
she put her fist through him?
Yeah, it was pretty brutal. It was but dude,
Messed
like
up.
okay, are you a member of a brutal metal band, or are you gonna be like a coward?
I will take option B because what am I gonna do? Okay, something goes wrong. So these are my options. I will put my chest here for you to put your hand through, right? Or what? I run.
Okay, so we run. But like, what, you're gonna run right now?
No, I'm gonna go with Mars so she could fuck shit up.
Don't go behind Mars.
All right, fine. And he doesn't go behind Mars, but he definitely goes in front of he kind of gets between you and Tiffany. He's just like, just don't kill me, please. Like, I'm nobody. I'm just,
Brett, I got nothing against you, man. Just, you'll be fine.
All right.
As far as if I have anything to say about it, you'll be fine.
Okay.
Brett, we're all freaked out. We're all really freaked out.
Yeah, but you're all like, you're all like, you got powers and shit. I have the power of my dad's credit card, right? Like,
That's a good power.
not right
I mean,
now.
look
It's
at
not.
Batman.
You have the power.
He's right.
I'm not Batman.
Brett, all I can do is make people see things.
I mean, to be fair, I can fuck shit up.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
I mean, I can't fuck shit up, and I'm really freaked out right now. Like my entire family's out of town now because of all of this, and like I'm essentially here alone beside you guys. This is really freaking scary.
As Amber is saying this to all of you, and you turn to look at her, and Mira's kind of got the flashlight like in a place where all of you can kind of see each other. It's got the red tint to it. There's this like almost like these wisps of smoke, just very lightly coming off of Amber, and in the red of the light that Mira is holding, her lips look purple.
Baby, are you cold?
You feel fine, Amber.
No, I'm fine, Mars. Thanks.
You look like you're having some circulation problems.
No, I feel fine.
If you're okay, then we should keep moving. I mean, I don't want to be here longer than we need to.
I agree.
All right.
Oh, I assumed that we were continuing to walk while we were talking.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what I thought we were doing.
You're kind of like at the opening of this large cavern. You haven't gone into it yet.
Step in.
Okay. So you all
Let's do
walk walk into this large central cavern, and now you can see in this cavern, this humming sound is ever present. Somewhere in this cavern is the source of this humming sound. You
Sounds like the electrical.
You also hear this, what almost sounds like this chunk, chunk, chunk sound. It's very, very dull sounding, almost like muffled. But it is.
Hydraulic?
I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, I'm role playing.
Okay, no, I didn't hear what you said. I'm sorry.
I said hydraulics.
It sounds kind of like hydraulics, and it's rhythmic. Like it is just continuously like. Dunk, 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 but it's very dull. It's like a very muffled, dull sound. And you can see what also looks like these large computer screens. And you can see one of the computer screens is on. And it's weird because you can see that swirling background that you've seen for the last couple of months on almost every computer that Pentasystems has donated to many of the businesses, including the school. But the difference on this one is instead of it being blue, it is bright red. But that's the only computer screen that's currently on. The other computer screens are dark, but they do seem to be attached to computers, and you can see like lights, blinking and flashing underneath those screens. You begin to kind of walk around, and you can see behind the bank of computers, what looks like some kind of large, considering all of your experiences with mechanical things as teenagers, it looks like a large engine, right? Like you've probably seen at some point in time what a car engine looks like. That's what this looks like, but just on a larger, massive scale. And it sounds like this is probably where the humming sound is coming from. What would you all like to do?
I'm on view.
Tiffany is just looking to see if there's any indication of any spell work happening, or any ritual stuff. Because you never know.
I will say, let me see. I will say to, I will say roll 2d6 and gaze into the abyss.
And while that's new.
I haven't gotten to do that.
While she's doing that, I'm gonna be looking around for something to, like, the most important things that I can start breaking.
Okay, not a problem.
And you said gaze into the abyss?
Gaze into the abyss, yeah.
So that's rolling with dark, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Where's my dark stat? 12.
12. Okay, yeah, absolute success. You begin. You watch Diana like literally going over to this large like piece of machinery, and she's just like grabbing pieces and just like kind of it looks like she's testing them. Like she's like kind of yanking and pulling to see what's fragile, what she can start breaking. Diana, you're pretty successful in just like you start to like yank certain things off of this machine, which you can feel like there's definitely a hum coming from this machine, and you're just very
that looks
easily
important.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to pull that off, but now it's off.
Yeah. And Tiffany, you begin kind of like making your way around the cavern. And on the opposite side of this large piece of machinery, almost hidden behind actual like rock, are these massive, almost 2 foot in diameter pipes that seem to be going into pipes.
PIP?
Yes, PIPES. They seem to be going into the ground and also going further up into the wall of the cavern. And as you kind of walk over to it, you feel this cold feeling wash over you. And as you kind of step forward, you feel like there's a barrier between you and these pipes. And as you look down, there is clearly a ritual circle carved.
Can I get a light over here?
It is carved into the rock. You can see a portion of it. You don't see the whole thing, but there is absolutely a ritual circle carved into the floor.
A sanctuary?
Possibly. You actually have to see more and clear more of this to kind of get an idea of what this is.
Okay.
Mira, you bring the light over?
Can someone bring over a light?
All right, so Mira comes over with the light, and there are some like lights, like very not bright, but kind of dim lights that light up this cavern. So you're not all completely in the dark at the moment. But yeah, where you are, Tiffany, is like there's no light at all. So as Mira kind of comes over and shines this light on, you can actually see more of the ritual, and it's literally carved into the rock. And there definitely seems to be an energy barrier that is protecting these pipes.
Okay. She pulls out an index card and starts like copying it because she doesn't necessarily know.
Okay.
Okay. So she starts like cursing under her breath a little bit because she hasn't learned protection work yet.
Okay.
Because who needs protection work when you can cast illusions? So does she know any way to try and break a protection barrier?
The only thing I would say, your grandma's probably told you a little bit about protection stuff. And she's always told you, when you get older, I'll teach you. But one of
the time is now, Graham.
Yeah, but one of the things that she's ingrained in you is that as strong as magic can be, it can easily be broken. And one of the things is, especially rituals, if certain parts of the rituals are disturbed, that it definitely can break. But depending on how strong it is, it could have adverse effects, or nothing could happen. It could just break it, and that's the end of it. There's always
Would the spellcaster know?
There's always a risk. You're not only the spellcaster who has cast the spell will know exactly how to dispel it without any effects.
Okay, but not if I dispel it. I don't know if that would alert the spellcaster.
You don't know. Yeah, it depends.
I don't know that. Okay.
Yeah, you would have to know exactly what kind of spell was cast, and this is
okay.
And this is kind of beyond you.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna pull out Graham's book.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's stuff in there. Hey,
Oh.
Mira, can I just borrow that for a bit? Just because there's something here that I need to figure out, and if you want to keep looking around, or you can stand here too and hold the light.
All right. So you pull out Graham's book, and Mira, you're just kind of standing there holding the light. And Mira, you watch as Tiffany begins to open the book up. The book violently opens itself before she even gets to finish it, and you watch the pages. The pages begin to just shuffle themselves to the other side, and until it hits an empty page. And Tiffany, you watch as writing appears on the page. And
Do I have the freaking Darkhold or something? Come on.
And the writing says, "Break the circle."
Cool. I can do that. Is there dirt on the ground?
Yeah, there's dirt on the ground.
Okay. So, Mira, step back. Step further back. Step further back. Okay. So, Tiffany also steps back and, she chucks a fistful of dirt on the circle.
Okay. As you do that, you watch as this kind of shimmering energy from the top just kind of dissipates. And you wait 5 seconds, 10 seconds. Nothing seems to happen. And then immediately, boom! Thankfully, you step backwards. Because right at the border of this circle, you watch as the ground cracks all around it, leaving this fissure. And
How big of a fissure?
It's maybe only about 2 inches wide, but it goes through the whole room. You watch as that crack just continues. You all hear this boom, and then you all hear this cracking sound echoing through the cavern.
Followed by sorry.
And
Not.
immediately,
Oh, no.
coming up from the crack that has just formed, you see this clear liquid just begin to kind of bubble up to the surface.
Does it look like water? Maybe.
It is very thick. It is very viscous, but it is clear. If this is water, this is the thickest, chunkiest water you have ever seen.
I don't like to chew my water.
Chunky water.
We've seen this before, haven't we?
Tiffany has seen this before.
I forget where I saw this.
This looks like the stuff you collected from Loki's eyes when he died.
Yeah.
So then I know that it's not going to burn me. Is it going to overflow the fissure?
It's weird. It overflows and begins to pour out of the fissure. But when it gets to about maybe 2 or 3 inches outside of it, it begins to just evaporate. But it just continues to come up from this fissure. And the other interesting thing that you begin to notice is that hydraulic sounding sound is definitely louder now that this crack is formed, as if it's coming from underneath.
So Tiffany realizes that she should have checked this sooner. Are there cameras?
You look around. There's one camera at the end, and then there's one camera at the entrance where you all walked in, kind of facing down.
Shit.
Fuck. Who's got a good arm?
While this is all happening, Diana, you are tearing this machine apart. There are pieces just come flying off. You watch as steam just starts coming out of this machine as Diana is just pulling it off. And there are actually like some really thick metal parts that she's just ripping off. And as she throws it to the ground, the rest of you can actually see hand imprints in the metal.
Impressive.
Yeah, Diana is making very short work of this machine until the point where you hear the boom. And then Diana, you hear the boom, but you kind of like look in the direction that Tiffany's in, but kind of continue with one hand, just continue like ripping pieces off of this machine.
I'm going until this thing is no longer working.
And it gets to the point where just after the boom and the cracking sound, you can now hear this machine going. It sounds like it's having a hard time actually like doing whatever it's doing. As it, and then you just see steam is just pouring from this machine, but it's no longer, it's all the movement that this machine was doing. All of it just stops.
But we continue to hear the hydraulic sounds, right?
You continue to hear the hydraulic sounds, and that hum is still present.
I'm gonna make my way around to see if I can find where the hydraulic noise is coming from.
Okay.
While avoiding the fluid and everything.
Yeah. The fluid doesn't stop. Like it just continues to pour out and then evaporate. And it's almost like a geyser. Not as powerful, but it's just overflowing from this crack. It goes out, it spreads out 2 to 3 inches outside and then evaporates. And now you're kind of, Amber, you're kind of inside this machine that Diana's just torn apart. And you're just like trying to find where this hydraulic sound is coming from. And it sounds like it's coming from underneath this machine.
Diana, weird question.
Yeah?
Are you able to pick up this machine?
I don't know. I've never tried anything like that. Stand back.
I'm gonna get out of the machine and
I'm gonna grab the edges of it and try to start like lifting.
Okay. I'm gonna need you to roll 2d6, and I want you to add your volatile.
My volatile, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I have a string on Amber, or Amber has a string on me. Would that be of any help at all?
Maybe. I will say, I will say this. You can add +1 to your roll by using a string on Amber. But if you do, there will be a consequence.
If I succeed or if I fail,
If
or
you
either one.
Either one.
I think how much that's worth it right now.
do it.
Do it?
Do it.
All right. Do I just remove the string then? Do I spend it and it's gone?
Yeah, you spend it and it's gone.
So you said the one that I have on her.
Yeah, so you will gain +1 to whatever your roll is.
I roll +3 to this.
Okay.
So 5 plus 3, so 6.
5
You
plus
say
3
5 plus 3?
is 8. That's
Count. 3 plus 2 plus 3, so 6 and 8.
8. Okay.
2
So
plus 1, 1 plus 2.
so that is a success. However, there is a consequence. So here's what happens. Amber, you're kind of hunched over the machine, this torn up, piece of equipment now. And you ask Diana if she could move this. And Diana, as she asks you this, and you're like, okay, I'm going to give it a shot. You basically put your fingers where you believe like the bottom of this machine might be. And you try to lift. And as you try to lift, this machine is very heavy. And there is a slight movement to it, but it is definitely heavier than you're capable of. And as you begin to kind of pull back, you pull back one hand and immediately grab Amber's arm. And as you grab Amber's arm,
I in control like myself, so I can say something. Or
you can say something.
I didn't do that.
I was like, that kind of hurts.
Yeah. So Diana, you can feel your hand. You just have no control in this moment of what your hand is doing, and you feel this intense cold coming from Amber's skin. Amber,
why are you so cold?
She is squeezing really hard, and it's starting to hurt.
I'm gonna try to pull my arm off of her.
Ow, Diana!
You can't.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
You can't.
Like I'm trying to pull my hand off of her. Yeah.
As you do, as she's squeezing your arm, you feel there's a crack, Amber, in your arm. You take another harm. As your forearm is now broken.
I'm gonna start calling for help. Like, guys, we have a problem.
Like you hear Amber make a yelping noise.
Yeah.
Mars, would be over there in a split second, ready to put
I have like my hand on her arm, but I'm using my other hand. I'm trying to pull my hand off.
Your other hand is still under the machine.
Oh, I misunderstood you.
Yeah. So you have one hand on Amber and the other hand is under the machine. And as you break Amber's forearm, you hear,
Yes.
Mars, pull me off now. I can't control this.
And you all watch as Diana lifts this machine with one hand and flips it across the room.
Mars is gonna swoop up Amber.
Do I let go of her then, or am I still?
You are still attached to Amber's arm. Mars, you can actually see that Diana now has a frostbite look on her fingers that are latched around Amber's arm.
Mars.
As soon as my other hand's free, I'm gonna try to grab my hand and try to pull it off.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you begin. I will say roll me 2d6 and add your cool.
Like cool?
Yeah.
All right.
You're cold. You're cold. You're cool.
Like cold. That's -1. That's 5 minus 1. That's a 4.
That is a 4. That is a failure. You get experience.
Oh, terribly. Ooh. I think I'm at 4 XP now.
Ellie, if you're at 4 XP, it resets and you get to pick a new skill.
I thought it was at 5.
Is it? Hold on a second.
It's 5.
It's 5? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. 5.
I'm almost there.
I've been anxiously counting.
You're pulling, and as you're pulling, you can now feel that cold going up your hand and up your forearm as you're pulling, and it's freaking you out, and you cannot let go. Your fingertips are starting to turn black. What is everybody else doing?
Mars has grabbed Diana's hand and is prying the fingers off of Amber.
Roll 2d6 and add your see what would be good for this. I will say this would also be cold.
Amber is currently crying, by the way.
There's a lot of shouting going from both sides. So I'm trying to help. Like,
I rolled a 6. -1 is a 5.
That is a failure. You can see, Diana's grip is too strong. Amber is crying, and Diana's fingers are turning black.
Tiffany is trying to pry. Now is also going to try prying.
Okay. 2d6. Add your cold.
Oh, I yelled too loud.
Amber, do you want to try anything?
I'm definitely trying to pull my arm away.
A 3?
Yeah.
That's a failure. You get experience.
Terrible idea. All right.
The only good thing happening right now.
Here's what I'm going to try to do.
Okay.
I'm going to take my other hand, ball into a fist, and I'm going to try to break my hand.
Okay.
I'm going to burn it down on my hand to try to break it, so I'll let go of her.
Okay.
He has a string on me. Can I spend that for a bonus since this is trying to help her? I know it's kind of a little bit of a stretch, but I also feel that's appropriately thematic.
Yeah, I will say yeah. If Amber, you're willing to do that, yeah, absolutely.
Let's do it.
All right. Is it volatile? I'm assuming.
Yeah, this would definitely be volatile.
So +3 to this. That is a 10.
That is a success. And you watch. Yeah, she just begins hammering at her own hand. And you watch as she actually pulls her hand off of your arm. All of her fingers are bent in different directions. The tips of her fingers.
Yeah, I'm probably screaming.
Well, no, you don't actually feel it yet. Because
that's somehow worse.
Because your fingers are in the late stages of frostbite.
Oh, the ones I just broke, yeah.
So
I think you're going to need more than ibuprofen for that.
If you would like to, in this moment, you could actually probably bend your broken fingers in the right directions, without actually breaking them off. But I'll leave that up to you. Tiffany?
Tiffany, so once the fingers are free and that they're clearly broken, she's going to pull out a pencil and start making mini splints.
Okay.
So that when the fingers get reset to however, she's ready to splint them.
All right, no problem.
And she's a farm girl. So Kate doesn't know this. How do you deal with frostbite?
Do any of you actually know?
I have a Google box.
No, I'm asking in game. Do you think your character would know about frostbite?
I think that Mars might.
Maybe from RPGs.
I mean, we're in the Pacific Northwest with really cold winters.
Yeah.
So, and with a father that's a veterinarian, I imagine I know something.
Right, and I live in the middle of nowhere.
Okay, yeah. So, Amber, even in the extreme pain that you currently are in, you begin kind of guiding Tiffany on what to do with Diana's fingers. And there is a good chance, if you get help soon enough, to actually save the fingertips from actually becoming necrotic and needing them to be amputated so the rest of the hand doesn't get infected. But this happened so fast, you're not sure where this is at.
Okay.
So Tiffany, you begin the process of splinting, really not knowing about you're not even worrying about the frostbite at the moment. You're just worried about making sure the fingers are correctly
in the right position.
Right. And
is the machine still making noise?
It is still making noise. And underneath where Diana literally just tossed the carcass of this machine off, there is a metal piece of machinery underneath it. And there are at least a dozen different color buttons that are just like flashing intermittently. And there is a computer screen next to them that seems oddly untouched by the scraping and moving of the machine that was on top of it, with the red kind of swirling background going right now.
So even with my very broken, very sore arm, with tear-streaked face, I'm going to make my way to that computer.
Yep.
Mars, she pulls, like, she rips part of her shirt and gives it to Mars to kind of wrap Amber's arm. Is there bone showing in Amber's arm?
No.
Okay, good. So we don't need to splint.
She's gonna, Mars is gonna make a sling for Amber.
Okay, yeah, you begin making the sling. And as you do...
No, she uses a skirt, not her shirt.
Okay.
A skirt.
And as you do easily enough, you're able to make a sling. Diana, you look down at your hand, which is, the fingers are now all splinted and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And you watch that blackness begin to recede. And now you feel the pain. You take 1 harm.
Okay.
But the blackness of what you thought was like the end stages of frostbite just seem to kind of end at your fingertips and don't go away completely.
What are the 2 remaining band member names that isn't Beast?
Brett and Kira.
Brett, Kira, which one of you runs fastest?
Kira's like, me, I run faster than all of them.
Can you get Sonia? She's a nurse.
Is she the one that put her hand through the guy's chest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brett, come with me. And he's like, sure. And they both immediately run out.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm gonna go over to the computer screen and just like whisper, like, "Are you there?"
And as you do that, the screen goes from red to blue, and you all hear echoing through the cavern.
Oh, so there you all are. Very clever. I was waiting for you. Didn't think you would be here. Very, very good. This should be an interesting conversation.
And that's where we're gonna take our break.
Yeah, break time.
Let us know when we're clear.
Break time.
Okay. Yep. So we'll be right back. And we'll see what happens at the end of the session tonight. So stay with us, and we will be right back. Alrighty, and we are back, folks. All right, so you are in this large cavern in the Old West town. You are trying to figure out and destroy essentially the power system that is going on here, and you have all begun to hear this voice coming from the computers that you have not heard before. And it seems to be actually talking with you very cordially and somewhat impressed by all of you. As again, it says,
Very interesting. Didn't expect you to come here, but I definitely thought that we would meet sooner rather than later. So, amazing to have you all here. Wonder how you found out about this. Be interesting to know. Would you care to share this?
Who are you?
Oh, I'm Hunter Prime. I am the brains of the outfit, if you will.
Are you a person or a computer?
Yes.
So you're an android?
That's
Are you the Terminator?
Oh, if only I was a Terminator. I loved that movie. However, very unrealistic. The reality is a little more complex. So, very, very interesting.
Why are you hunting us?
as you ask this question, those where you clock those cameras, you actually see this red light actually come shoot from them, and it actually washes over all of you for a moment, and then comes back up, and then recedes.
Oh.
Listen, I just come on. I've seen Star Trek. Let's just get this over with. Come on.
This is very, very interesting. I was not expecting it. This is a night full of surprises. So we have a Class 4 anomaly. You, Miss Kiaya. Very interesting.
Why don't you come down here and say it to my face?
But see, I am, because I just happen to be everywhere.
That sounds really tedious. You sound really boring.
To you,
Yeah,
I guess I would sound very boring, especially a Class 3. Miss Whitman, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Lewis Whitman, at least get my name right, dickhead.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'll update my databanks. And you, Miss Frost, another Class 3. Very interesting, interesting. I can't believe you actually woke Telma Grek up. That's something else. We've been trying to awaken Telma Grek for some time. You'd have to tell us how you did it.
Why? What is it you're after?
It actually continues talking as if you didn't ask. You're not actually talking to it. It actually seems to be
Monologuing?
kind of, but also it also seems like genuinely interested in all of you. And it continues.
I have not seen Class 2 anomaly in almost 20 years, Miss Johnson. Congratulations. You now have my attention.
What?
Shit.
Oh, you don't even know what you are, do you?
No. Enlighten me, I guess.
Well, I will say this. While I am fascinated to actually meet you, because as I said, it's been about 20 years or so, Amber, It is an absolute pleasure to meet you. There has not been a Class 1 anomaly for 10 years, and prior to that, 100. It is an absolute pleasure to meet both you and Miss Johnson. The psychic energy that is radiating off of both of you is fascinating.
What do you mean, class 4, 3, 2, and 1?
You watch as in from the entrance that you came in from and the exit where the other on the other side of the room where the other camera was. You watch two shadows enter the actual entryway of both. And there are individuals standing at those entryways. They do not look like people that you came with. In fact, they look suspiciously like the people you saw at the police station.
Well, I might as well explain what anomalies are. I mean, it's just so fascinating. I mean, people, the anomalies like Miss Kiaya and her family and her friends, the ones that are helping you, they're like rabbits. They breed everywhere. They're the most familiar. They're the most problematic. You run into them a lot. Miss
Piss me off.
Miss Lewis Whitman and Miss Frost. Well, not exactly frequent. Class 3 anomalies definitely they pique the interest, but they're not as prevalent as werewolves and vampires. Miss Johnson, Hive Queen, you will definitely make our scientists very, very excited when we have you on the table.
On the table?
Queen?
Oh, yes. The psychic energy that a hive queen can generate in order to get her subjects to actually do what she wants them to do is fascinating.
Ooh, I'm not going to be much use to you dead, so I don't think you're going to want to put me on a table.
Oh, no. Please, don't misunderstand me. You will not die. You'll be alive for a very long time. But you, Amber,
Sounds like a threat.
I have a deal for you, Amber.
That you let me and my friends go and that you completely shut everything down? That would be great.
I don't think that will be the deal. I think, however, you'd be very interested in what I have to say. I will make sure that Miss Frost, Miss Lewis Whitman, and Miss Kiaya leave here alive. They will leave unmolested and they will never be bothered again. You and Miss Johnson, however, if you make your way over to our Penta System building, you'll be allowed entry without any issue. In fact, Miss Kiaya's father will be released, unharmed. In fact, will actually make him better than he used to be.
You can touch my dad.
All you have to do, you and Miss Johnson, is just come to the building. And your escorts will take you there. And once there, your friends will never have any problems with us again.
And how can I take your word for this, strange computer man? Like, I don't...
Well, what's the alternative? You already seen what our hunters can do. You already know their strength and their power. You can say no. That is an option that you can take. But you will not leave here, well, most of you will not leave here alive. And we'll still have you and Miss Johnson. Because we intend to take you both alive. The other anomalies definitely need to be cleansed. You
Fuck
both.
do you think you are? That you can choose who to cleanse or whatever. It just, you sound so pretentious.
They sound like Nazis.
I mean,
Well, the issue.
Yeah, I thought World War II was over in the 40s.
Do not compare us to those amateurs.
I'm gonna compare
Oh,
you to
God.
someone who
Somebody's
tries
like
to
a
cleanse
Tesla.
entire races.
somebody's like a Tesla fanboy. Oh, God. Eugenics. Oh!
You think whatever you wish, but those are your options.
So if Mira and I say no, you're just going to kill everyone. But if we come with you, some people will live, and then everyone else that you consider anomalies will die. Is that what you're saying?
That's the deal.
Sounds like a shitty deal.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, people die or become your crazy hunter things, including my brother, by the way. Fuck yourself. I.
Is that your final answer?
Amber's
I
gonna look
think we're
around at
gonna
everyone.
choose option 3, which is destroy your asses. So we're coming for you.
Very well. Hunters, destroy the other class anomalies. Bring class 1 and 2 back to headquarters, please. Thank you very much.
And
Aw,
as
at least polite enough to say thank you.
and as the Hunter Prime says this, you watch the shadows of those individuals begin to come into the actual light of the cavern and begin to make their way towards you.
Amber's gonna start punching the keyboard with all like the flashing lights, just like angrily with her broken arm.
Yeah, as you do, it's like it's very strange. It's very pliable, but it doesn't seem to actually be denting or breaking or anything. It seems to be made of a very odd material.
And then Amber's gonna place her hand directly flat on it and see if she can harness any of that cold power inside of her to try to damage this computer.
Okay, roll 2d6 and roll your dark as you gaze into the abyss. Three. Okay, so that's a failure.
Yep, I have marked my experience.
Okay. As you attempt to channel this cold that your body is absolutely generating right now, you hear a voice in your head. A new voice. A voice you've never heard before.
There you are, my child. I was wondering when you would call upon me. Didn't think it would be so soon. That's okay. Let's see how you get out of this mess yourself. That will inform me of everything I need to know.
And as you begin to try to channel this cold energy, you feel it backlash on you. And as you kind of you get knocked back, you all watch Amber just literally, it looks like some kind of, it's like she was tied to a rope and someone just yanked the rope behind her as she just kind of goes flying back. And you tumble to the ground. You don't take any harm or any damage. But as you kind of get to your feet and you open your eyes, you all see that her eyes are completely white. And Amber, you are blind.
Ooh, this is gonna be a fun time.
Amber's turned into the Avatar. She's in Avatar state.
Guys, I can't see anything.
You know Mars is there.
I don't know.
As this is all happening, these 4 individuals are actually making their way closer and closer to you.
Okay, can I do something really quick and stupid?
Sure.
Yes.
All right, how close is a Diana to me?
Oh, you're all like within 10 feet of each other, kind of like almost in a huddle.
All right. I walk up to Diana. Josie, out of game. How cool are you with weird shit?
You know I'm cool with weird shit.
Okay, cool. I go up to
That's
Diana.
important.
I grab her by both of her shoulders, look her in the eye, and go, okay, look, this is probably I don't know if this is going to help, but if I'm some weird hive queen bitch thing and you're some possessed strong woman, let's just see what happens. And I want to do the sexiest thing and kiss her on the lips, grab her by the hips, and turn her the fuck on to make her a badass warrior woman. Because I don't know how else to make this situation work.
Okay. All right.
I love it.
So
Diana's partially into this and partially very confused.
okay. So roll 2d6 and add your hot.
If Mira fails this, I will do everything possible to help.
I'm also just putting this out there as a stupid thing. I have a string on her talk nerdy to me. Can that help at all?
Yeah, that'll add +1 to whatever you roll.
Okay, so before I kiss her, I'm like, roll initiative, bitch. All right, it was not a fantastic roll. It's a 7.
All right, that is a mixed success.
As I'm done kissing her, I slap her on the ass and say, "Go get him, Tiger."
Oh my god.
Roll for initiative, bitch.
So here's what happens. When this happens, you can either give a string to Diana, or you can choose one of these reactions. You literally give yourself to her in this moment. You promise something you think she wants, or you get embarrassed and act super awkward.
Will the string help her? Basically, I'm just trying to pump her up for this fight.
I will say if you give her a string, whatever she does using what you just did will give her +1 forward.
Oh fuck yeah. Yeah, take that string.
Okay. So you now have the string from Mira doing this, and you feel like this surge of sexual electricity just all through your body that you have never felt before. And it actually feels so much better than the strength that you get from your patron in this moment.
I get paid by the power of love.
That's the power of
Thinking,
Wow.
I confused love with lust.
And
Listen,
all right, so in this moment, as this happens, you all just watch Mira just grab Diana, just grab her by the hips, give her this deep, deep kiss, and then smack her on the ass. And Diana just like, how does Diana feel about this? Like, how is she feeling right now?
We're all confused because it came out of nowhere. So it's just like, how would you be if you were facing a death situation, like someone's pointing guns at you, and then like someone like grabs you, kisses you, and slaps you on the ass, tells you to go get them?
Strangely turned on.
Yeah, no. She's definitely turned on, but like her face isn't necessarily bad. It's a look of utter confusion.
Okay.
Like everyone else has on their face, so it's just like the.
Mars is explaining to Amber what's happened since she's blind, and Mars cannot let this go.
Okay. At this point in time, the 4 individuals have actually reached your group. And 2 of them are right next.
4.
When they do,
Yeah, there's 4 of them.
Basically, like Diana's face will like, oh wait, we're in a life-or-death situation here, and then she's gonna like immediately grab like a piece of metal on the ground since it turns.
Oh, there's plenty of it. Yeah.
Just swing it one at their head, like without not even looking at them, just like.
Okay. So roll 2d6, add your volatile, and add the +1 using the string that Mira gave you.
Yeah. So I would burn that string basically. That string goes away then. So that's +3. 3. That is a 6.
Unfortunately,
Roll a 2, a 1, and then +3.
Unfortunately, that's a failure, but that's more experience for you.
Experience.
That actually fills my last experience box, so I actually get stuff.
So you watch as Diana just seemingly still in this haze of confusion and lust. She just grabs this large piece of metal and just slams it into the face of one of the hunters, which you now all can clearly see are the missing teenagers. Except for Amber's brother, you do not see him.
So I immediately can spend that experience, correct?
Yes, that's experience for you.
Okay. I'm gonna up my volatile since we seem to be in a volatile situation.
Okay. As the metal piece just slams into the face of one of the individuals, you watch as that individual begins to kind of twitch. And then the one right next to him begins to also twitch. And then you watch the other two begin to twitch and their mouths open. And as their mouths open, you all hear the familiar and you just watch. It's strange because they're already here. Why are they doing this? But you just keep hearing ringing. And then
They're stuck though?
And they're all twitching as they seem to get disconnected from whatever they're trying to do. And they all drop to the ground.
I didn't hit him that hard.
You all begin to feel a tremor under your feet.
We should probably run.
Time to go.
What did you do? Did you? You broke the reservoir.
You're welcome.
Do you know what you've done? You'll release them all.
Okay, bye. And just, like let's go.
Everyone run.
We're Kira and Brent.
They already left.
They left. They ran already.
Yeah.
I know, but they were part of our group. So are they outside?
They're outside, yeah.
Yeah, they
And
went
Beast
looking
is still
for
in with
the
us.
nurse for,
Yeah, Beast-
Sonia, the nurse.
Beast,
Yeah.
look at me.
Yeah.
Get Tiffany, get her out.
All right. Run from those shits. And you watch as he grabs Amber in kind of like
Tiffany.
I'm sorry. He grabs Tiffany and just begins to run with you. But like he's carrying you like Princess carrying you.
We just lost Mark.
Oh no.
We just got Mark.
Oh, no, he's back. He's back. Baby? There you go.
Yeah. Sorry. No,
There we go.
No worries.
my
All right.
computer is like weirding out. But anyway, sorry, go ahead.
No worries. No.
It heard the tones. It was like,
Yeah.
what's happening?
Yeah. So Beast grabs Tiffany and just carries her out like princess style. But where he pointed, you're looking now at the fissure that was open, that crack where all of that goo is coming out of. And you now start to see what look like translucent images of people beginning to emerge.
Oh my God.
And Tiffany, you've read in your Graham's book a lot of descriptions of these things from years ago. These are ghosts. And you can see at least half a dozen right now beginning to emerge from the fissures.
Mars is going to scoop up Amber princess style.
Okay.
Diana, grab Mira. Let's go.
By the way, when you said "Oh God," for some reason I just pictured Tiffany. It cuts back to Tiffany, and she's just like running her hand like along like Beast muscle. Like, you work out.
She's not that
Tiffany,
obvious.
focus.
Wow.
Oh, hero.
Yeah, the hard eyes are so big.
Mars, what's going on?
There's some
There's one up in here.
there's translucent goo coming up from the floor, and people are in it. Well, I feel like we could ask. We'll ask Tiffany later. We got to get out.
Yeah, run.
Yeah, as you're running, you watch as the computer screen that was red, that turned blue, turns red once again. And this time, as you're leaving, you hear a different voice. All of you hear it.
Keep running. They won't hurt you. I'm holding them back. Just keep running, and don't worry, they won't hurt you. You did it good. You destroyed the power source. Just go. Just go.
Oh, is that June again?
That is June.
Thanks, June.
And you continue to run, and the tremors begin to get worse and worse. But by this point, you're already in the actual corridor running, and you can see that stone is starting to fall from the inside of the cavern into the actual area that you were in, until it just sounds like a huge collapse behind you, and the dust is already flying past you from the collapse, but you are continuing to run, and you make your way out to the front where you can actually see both Kira and Brett with Sonia and Javier just at the entrance, just stop. Like they look like they were running
Go that way.
and they turn around and they just book it, and you all begin running in the direction of where you parked the van. And literally, yeah, Beast doesn't even stop. Like he's just carrying you, Tiffany, and he just keeps, running with you. And he's like, just let me know when you want me to put you down.
Okay.
Never.
And he just continues to run. You all eventually make it back to the van. And you no longer hear that humming sound. It seems to have subsided.
Do I get my eyesight back?
At the moment, you're still blind. And so as you're just kind of like standing around the van, Beast is still kind of holding you, Tiffany. Like he's literally waiting for you to just tell him to put her down. But he doesn't he doesn't seem to like be getting tired.
Until it gets awkward and then waits another 5 seconds.
Okay.
I mean, if I'm there, I just open the door to the van. Like if there's a sliding door, I just be like,
oh yeah, everybody gets in. And that's the thing, like for everybody else, or maybe even you, Tiffany, it might be awkward. This seems all fine to him. Like he's cool with it. He's just like, okay.
The Beast.
Yeah.
He just rolls with it.
Yeah, he puts you into the van. He's like, you didn't tell me to put you down, but I gotta drive. So sorry. And he just kind of he goes back to the driver's seat. He kind of gets in, and he begins making his way back to the comic book shop.
Okay, cool.
And as you're all driving away, Amber, eyesight begins to kind of come back.
Yay.
It takes a while, but it slowly begins to return to normal.
Well, during this time though, like Amber's like super snuggled up, like into Mars. Not gay or anything. Nothing like that.
Not gay.
No, of course not.
Yeah. So Brett and Kira and Sonia and Javier are like, what the fuck is going on? What happened? Did you do it? Is it done?
I think it's done, but there are some other questions that are definitely coming up. Anybody have any idea what we were seeing as we got out of there? Or
they were ghosts. They were hundreds of ghosts.
Okay.
Go.
What is that?
Was this whole thing ghost powered?
It sounds like it.
So was that stuff like ectoplasm or something that was coming out of the floor?
I don't know. It's the same stuff that was in Loki's eye.
So weird enough, like, would that mean that he was possessed by a ghost?
Is that
if
what
like
they're doing?
ghost goo came out of him, like
A ghost.
Tiffany, your messenger bag is shaking.
Hello?
You
What-
you realize that it's your Graham's book.
Okay, I pull out the book.
The book flies open. The pages all the way
It's
to
doing it again.
the blank page. And you see on the blank page writing. Now, the writing that came up before is gone,
Gone.
and it's now a blank page again. But you now see writing coming up on it. Yes, they are possessed.
Apparently they are possessed, yes.
By what, like dead hunters or something?
She looks at the book.
The writing goes away, but you don't see new writing come up.
Okay. I don't know.
Way to be helpful when you want to be booked. Jeez.
what's going on with your book, Tiffany?
I would love to know.
Well, wait, hold on. So, I mean, there was a machine hooked up to it, and the thing, Hunter Prime or whatever, said something about it being a reservoir. So, I don't know. Are they like brainwashing ghosts and possessing people with them? Like that could be. I don't know. Like you said, this whole thing is powered by ghost, which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard myself say.
But also, Mira, a hive queen?
Oh,
Tiffany, do you know what that is?
Yeah, do
Never
you know? Because I have no idea what the fuck he was talking
Is
about.
it like a bug or something?
Well,
Like
first
he
off,
mentioned something psychic. So are you psychic?
Tiffany tries to explain like what kind of happened to the people who weren't there so that they don't feel left out.
Yeah,
I
they're
have
all
this
just
thing
kind of like,
where everyone needs to know.
they're like, okay.
I mean,
I've never heard of a hive queen. I mean, if it's anything like a beehive, in an apiary, the queen controls all of the worker bees, and they like do everything that she needs them to do. She's the boss. So, I mean, hive queen sounds like that. I don't know. I would need to do more research.
don't feed my ego like that, please.
But that's kind of really neat though. And here we are, like wondering what you were, Mira.
I mean, I didn't think I was anything, and I kind of still don't. But I mean, I don't know, Diana. How do you feel about being a worker bee? Because apparently, I don't know that I was just trying to ride that wave, honestly. But and also, I mean, Amber, like, I mean, I know, like, you kind of showed us what's going on with you, but you're like category 1, which I think is like the highest. So you're like the prize trophy right
Really
now.
rare.
I mean, I'm okay with what happened, but obviously they know more than we do.
Well,
Yeah.
clearly. Maybe
And
Declan knows something.
I really don't want to be some sort of trophy for these guys to go after.
I think you're already a trophy.
Kind of squeeze Amber just a little bit closer. You know? And be like, nope.
Were you
not-
just flirting with me, Tiffany?
Yeah, Tiffany. Were you
No,
just- Amber?
no. I mean, they said they're going to keep you alive, and they were willing to trade all of us for you two.
Yeah, I don't want to be dissected on a table. So
No, they said you'll be alive. Aren't you excited?
yeah, alive doesn't mean like in one piece. I don't know, like that just sounds bad. Okay, yeah. So we gotta not. All right, what's our next like plan of like? So we're gonna get to the comic shop. Hopefully they're there. I don't know. Maybe they already like tried to infiltrate the headquarters. I don't know.
All right, let's just get back there and see if they're there.
And Hunter Prime was surprised that we were there.
Well,
Why was he surprised?
And also, he didn't know about the fissure in the floor.
I mean, he had no way of knowing that we were going to be there anyway, so I think that's why he was
Right.
surprised.
It probably assumed that we would do like a go to Pentatex whatever first instead of like being smarter.
can we talk about the fact that it's like a computer that is like a person or not? I don't know, a robot person computer thingy.
I've seen Star Trek. Haven't you
I-
guys seen
I-
Star Trek?
I think it might be the same deal that we're having with June. Like maybe they're human, but they're like remote in the computer. If that makes sense.
Yeah, but where do all the kids fit in?
They're possessed.
No, the kids that were going into the building.
Friggin' androids, man. Just saying.
Making better, new and improved way to hunt people?
Yeah, I mean, seems like some brainwashy stuff. I don't know. And then you possess them with ghost.
Maybe they're like cyborgs or something?
Ghost cyborgs.
What, like battle
Ooh, that'd be cool.
sticker or something? Like with the Cylons?
Okay, but that's weird. So, Mira, remember when I called you over to when I caused the fissure? That was a protection spell. That was protecting those pipes. And so I wonder if Pentasystems didn't create this thing. They're just using it. Because that was witchcraft. That was a spell. And they're hunters. They don't do spells.
And it made a crack, like basically, like you said, like a circle.
Wait. So the ghosts are sitting in the ghost town? That's just amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
actually
you
a
need
ghost
sleep.
town. It's like a real ghost town because there's all these ghosts in the town.
And that was like from cowboy times, right? So they're like cowboy ghost, right?
I think you need sleep, Mars.
No, she's right. They're
No,
cowboy ghosts with cowboy ghost 6-shooters.
Right,
This
because
might
we
be-
were all wondering why would Pentasystems come to Whisperbank?
Because of our vast ghost population.
Because apparently there's a vast ghost population in the ghost town. That's an actual ghost town.
Does anybody else just find this amusing?
I mean, I
Yeah.
just want to see at least one cowboy ghost before this all ends.
Yeehaw.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Listen, I wanted to say yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, when we went in there, but I didn't get the chance because our two guests here made short work of Grandpa Tim and Grandpa Jones, the security officers.
Why did you kill them?
Because they called in backup.
No, they were calling it the police.
Oh, really? And Sonia actually holds up a walkie-talkie that is not one of yours. It is actually one of the guards' walkie-talkies. There's still blood on it and everything. And she kind of like starts fiddling with one of the dials and she turns it on. And you can hear what sounds like it sounds like a familiar voice, but it seems to be on repeat.
All hunters in a 40-mile radius report to Pentasystems Whisperbank. Anomaly wipeout. Class 1s and Class 2s are to be taken alive. Class 3s, 4s, and 5s are to be cleansed. Report to Pentasystems for new orders, 48-hour window. I repeat.
And then it just keeps going.
Okay.
And
Okay.
you watch Sonia goes, yeah, just calling the cops, right?
I'm sorry.
Also, Sonia, my arm is broken. Are you able to do anything about that?
Oh, yes. And she immediately she goes into nurse mode and immediately begins to kind of like try to splint it and take care of it.
Also, Diana has frostbite on her fingertips.
I don't even want to. I don't even know how that happened. Let me just take care of this first.
Yeah. No,
Sure.
I'm just giving you the triage.
Are you okay, Amber? I don't know what happened. I'm so sorry. I was like, I lost control, of, like my hand.
I know it's probably something to do with what's going on with you, but like it's sore. It's subsided a little bit. I'm not sure how bad the break is though.
Well,
But
I'm really
I accept
sorry.
I accept your apology. I know you didn't mean to do it.
How are your fingers, Diana?
I can't feel them. They're fine.
They're kind
That's
of
not
like
a
Nothing like some nerve damage. Anyways,
they're kind of pulsing a little. Like you can feel the pain. It's just tolerable at this point. And as you're kind of like looking down at your hand, you hear the voice in your head again, Diana.
If you just finish what you began, your fingers will be fine. You will be stronger, healed. Nothing will stop you. Just eat her. Give her to me.
as
Diana's
so
gonna start shaking her head.
You want a fairy popsicle, Diana? Sorry, that was out of character.
so while Sonia's patching up Amber's arm, she's just gonna like close her eyes and like think back to that new voice that she heard.
Mm-hmm. You've never heard the voice before, but considering the cold, considering how close it is to your birthday, and considering the anger and emotions that you are currently feeling, you have a pretty good idea who this is, and it's not good.
is Mars gonna have to fight Mab? Is that like gonna be a thing? Because I'm pretty sure Mars would be like, you know what? I don't care if you're the queen of all the Unseelie Court. I will take you down. Okay. Just saying.
All right. Fair enough.
Chris,
Yes.
I'd like to gaze into the abyss, if possible.
Mm-hmm. To do what specifically?
Specifically to like find out. I want to find out why is my book suddenly possessed?
Okay, sure. All right.
It's the thing that I'd like to figure out.
Sure. So roll 2d6 and add your dark.
10.
All right, that's a success. So as you begin,
I was hoping to fail.
so as you begin to kind of like you're looking right at this empty page, and you try to turn the pages, and the pages seem to be stuck. Like you physically can't turn the pages, and so you try to close the book, and the book won't close.
What do you want from me?
And you watch writing appear, and it says, "Be careful, sweetie." And then the book closes.
Is it in Graham's handwriting?
Nope.
Is it old-timey script handwriting?
No, it looks actually fairly modern.
Hey Tiffany, where's your mom?
And that is where we are going to call it for the end of the evening. Good game, everybody.
Good game.
Very good game.
That's a really awesome place for our finale next week to pick up on our finale.
I'm about to say you gotta wrap this up.
Mars is embodying the "come at me, bro" kind of feeling.
Am I able to take back a harm then, Chris, because Sonia's working on my arm?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Just want to make sure.
Mm-hmm. So I will say this, because you are moving into the finale. I will absolutely say this. considering that warning that you all got all over the walkie-talkie that you heard, you do feel like you do have a window to rest if you want to, moving into the finale. So you all let me know if that's something that you'd like to do in between this week and next week. And then that way it'll give me a good idea of where we're going to start next session. And if you do decide to rest, you can heal up to 2 harm. But you won't if you're really messed up. I mean, you only get up to 3 harm, but yeah, you can heal completely if you take a rest. But you won't be resting at home. You'll be resting in the comic book shop.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're gonna be sleeping there.
I would like to definitely rest, at least for me.
I think we should. I think we should rest until nightfall.
Okay. All right, yeah, because you will be returning to the comic book shop like around right before dawn. Right, so it'll be somewhere like around 5:30ish in the morning. As it took you some time to get out there, go do all of this craziness, and then come back. But yeah, you all kind of took down the power system, whatever that means.
Yeah, go us.
And
I could think is ghost power from Deadlands.
Oh, Ghost Rock?
Ghost Rock.
but
Well, actually, did Ghostbusters come out yet?
yeah, Ghostbusters came out in 1984.
I thought it was. Oh, okay. Okay, good. Good,
Ghostbusters 2 has not dropped yet. And
I did look up when Star Trek Next Gen came out so I could make sure that I could make the data reference.
Yeah.
In 1987. So it was like.
Yeah. But that's just me knowing Ghostbuster lore because I've seen all of those movies in the theater because I'm old. So, but yeah, this is an amazing game, everybody. I hope you had a great time. I had a blast. That was fun.
This is so good. I'm so excited that everyone's making like all these decisions and being like, "Can I do stupid shit?" Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
The thing that makes me sad is like I feel like we finally hit a groove last game, and the story is wrapping, and I'm just very sad because I love this group. I love this group so much.
I mean,
even Diana.
I feel like it's like, because I'm sorry, now that like the thoughts placed in Mira's head, it's like, psychic power, hive mind. Shit, I should have just been banging everybody this whole time to make an army of fans. Like, it's like, oh, it was that easy? Damn it.
Should have listened to my mom's sex advice a long time ago.
Oh, man.
I'm not gonna lie. If the Diana thing didn't work, I was gonna like take my bra off, try to use it as a slingshot, like on one of the hunters, and try to turn them on, and just shut them down or something. Like,
oh my god!
Look, you are all telling me things that you can absolutely do. Like this. Like I don't say no unless it's stupidly ridiculous that it doesn't make any sense. Like if you were like, oh, I'm gonna grab Diana and swing her by the legs, I'm just gonna hit that motherfucker with Diana. Like it's just like, well, no, Diana could do that because she's that strong. So Diana could do that. But no, Mira, I'm sorry, that's not gonna work. Right? You know, that's reasonable if Diana wants to do that because she's super powered. Absolutely, you know.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you want to do that to me, like
that would have been hilarious.
I'll bite you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Diana has stuff to think about.
Yeah. So yeah,
Anna's so confused right now.
You all have a lot to think about. Amber, you absolutely have summoned and awakened Queen Mab. She is definitely watching you now, if she wasn't before. And you know how dangerous that is. So, do something with that or not with, the finale next week.
And it wasn't Queen Tatiana before, though. It was some dude.
Yeah. Sure
Oberon?
was.
Hey, I just want to point out, Shannon, the way that the door is when you tilt your head, it looks like you got kitty ears, and I love it.
Mira, you now know a little bit more about what you are and your capabilities. So, again, considering that next week is the finale, figure out what you think or how you think you might be able to best use your abilities.
I gotta weaponize my armpit sweat to like blast pheromones on people to make them my ant army.
Pocket sands.
All of a sudden, Mira's gonna be walking down the halls of high school like this.
I don't even have to do. I mean, like, I don't like. I got to do like, I don't know, a scene where I'm just like grinding my hips and like shaking my ass, and it's like, yes, be mesmerized by my butt, and like, and that is how my army grows. Like,
all right, that what you just described is exactly what the queen does.
Oh my god.
See, I'm just imagining.
The queen weaponizes their sexuality.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, because like my highest stat is hot. Like that was the thing in there. It's like, oh, fighting's all volatile. Well, volatile is my dump stat. So it's like, how do I weaponize hot? Be hot.
You
Like,
get everyone else to do it for you.
That's just get in everyone's pants and make them my slave.
And Mark, you do realize that your crew, if they sleep with anybody, those people become part of your hive.
I know. I mean, okay. I'm not trying to
making sure the player knows.
Oh no, I know. Again, we're all teenagers, so it's not like I'm gonna be like, I'm not gonna like pimp out my crew, like yeah, go forth and like,
So instead of pimp my ride, it's pimp my crew. Like,
yeah. But that is an option if you care to take it.
Yeah. Don't know how many single people are going to be in that comic shop, but
I want to know what the heck Beast is now that he's just like, oh, hey, shit's happening, but.
Well, I mean, he was in the room when we got scanned, so.
Oh, they didn't even acknowledge Beast.
Yeah.
No, they didn't.
Oh.
I think Beast is just chill.
That's fine.
He's the highest you can possibly be, which is 0, and it didn't even register on their scales.
Diana, you are feeling, as you are riding back to this comic book store, that gnawing hunger is back in your stomach. And while you're just looking down at your broken, frostbitten fingers and then looking at Amber, you can still feel that hunger that is just waiting to siphon that life force off of her. But you also are starting to feel something you've never felt before, which is this anger. And it's not your anger. And it is not making you angry. It is that uncomfortable feeling of an angry gaze at you. And it's getting more intense as you're getting closer to the comic. Tiffany.
Yeah, it's probably Mars glaring at the back of Diana's head.
Yeah. Tiffany.
And it's also what Tiffany does.
Yeah. Tiffany, after seeing that in your book, you try to open the book back up and it won't open.
I'm shocked.
And Mars, you are just smelling all the blood. Just that's because this van is filled with blood at this moment from various sources. And it's really starting to kind of get under your skin. You're not transformed anymore, so you are able to control that. But you also feel that kind of worry for your father. But the one thing that you did take away from that conversation with the Hunter Prime was that your father is still alive. So you feel a little bit of relief at that. But at the same time, you also feel a little anxiety of, well, how long is that going to last?
Yeah.
And with that, you are all now prepared for next Monday's finale, as it sounds like you are all going to take on Pentasystems. And who knows what your successful mission of destroying their power source, who knows how that will actually help you. But you feel like it actually might help you. It was probably a good thing that you did that. So
I just realized something. Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Amazing game, everyone. I can't wait for next week. It's gonna be awesome.
I just need to fail one more time.
You'll have plenty of opportunity next session.
I need to fail more.
So I want to actually do a few shout outs. Aspiring Adventures, thank you so much for the raid. I'm sorry that you came in at the end, but you can definitely, when we're done here, you can absolutely jump on the VOD and see what you missed. Because man, this was a crazy session. It was great. But thank you so much for the raid, everybody. We do appreciate it. Appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. And thank you everybody for supporting. Again, it's wonderful to be back after the unfortunate virus issues. And it's wonderful to see all of your faces again. I'm so happy. And I can't wait for next week. This is gonna be good. So yeah, everybody, please remember, everybody, one more time, happy birthday, Mark.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday,
Mark!
I'm old.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday.
But also, I just want to pat myself on the back a little bit. Do you want to give the announcement, Chris, for what happened this past week, 2 weeks?
Your wedding.
Yeah, you got married.
My marriage.
Yeah, you got
that
married.
you were a
Oh,
part
that
of.
thing. Oh, that thing. Yeah.
You were
Yeah,
the best man.
I know. I'm being an asshole because I'm an asshole.
You are.
Yes, I am a dick. So yes, and congratulations to S. Jane Winchester, to her wonderful, wonderful marriage that I was actually very, very, very honored and blessed to be part of. To a wonderful man who will never ever be on camera, and who should be but will never be. But yes, who has an amazing hate of tiny hats. So yes, congratulations.
Tiny hats last night, and I thought of him. I was
Every
like,
time I see a tiny hat, I immediately take a picture and I send it to him.
it's a good decision.
It's always a great decision because I love to feel the rage just coming at me when I do it. But yes, congratulations, Shane Winchester, to your marriage to a wonderful man. Happy birthday to Mark. And thank you again. I thank you everybody for allowing me to DM for you. Like I am so happy to do this, and it has been a pleasure. I can't wait for next week.
Well, thank you so much for running this for us. Monsterhearts is super fun and awesome, and I'm so glad that I get to play, and I love it.
I'm glad.
Me too.
I'm happy to do
One
it
of
for
my
you.
favorite games.
I've never played this game before, and it's a lot of fun.
I'm just gonna be honest, because like I feel like we're moving at such a pace. It's like I know like you've written so much, because like every time we uncover something, it's like holy shit, like now ghosts, like a ghost reservoir, like so that's the thing. It's like I feel like like we have not spent enough time exploring, or like we should, because I feel like you have all this stuff planned and we're not even going to touch like 60 to 70% of it, but like because everything we do touch, it's like, oh my god, that's insane. Oh, like, and it just keeps going, and it's like this is just the tip of the iceberg, like, so it's like damn, like, So yeah, like this is for this being a totally unique and original story that you're creating, like yes, there's a lot going on here that you
Which
have
is
clearly prepped
why
for.
we need a season 2.
Well, I will say this after next week's finale, we will be getting together again to talk about everything that happened, and you get to ask me questions about stuff that you might not have gotten answers for, and I will give you answers. So that's going to be fun for us to do too.
Yeah, that sounds good. I like that.
So because
we need answers.
yeah, yeah. Oh, I'm sure. Like, what happened here? What the ghosts? What the fuck? But you might actually get some answers next week. But again, I am very happy to kind of put that wrapping up the sessions with a nice little bow on it, because you not only you will have questions, but there will be people who have been watching who go, the hell was all that? Who want to know also. So
hell yeah.
All right. So again, thank you so much, everybody. Thank you to my players. Thank you to everyone who was watching, who came in on the raid, who has been supporting us. I want to say thank you to all the bishops who has been in the chat and just been amazing. Thank you so much for watching and supporting us. Like, it's been so much fun to kind of like see your responses as we're doing all of this. Don't think that we're not paying attention. We are paying attention. So thank you so much.
We're paying attention.
So, yeah. So again, remember everyone, as we close out, we're going to raid somebody else. Not sure yet who we're going to raid, but stick around. Every time we raid somebody, we're always raiding somebody who is someone who is supportive of all of the things that we're doing, who has supported us, and is also an excellent person. Someone who deserves also the love that we get shown. So please, stick on when we go to our end screen. We will be raiding, so please show that individual love, whoever we decide to raid. Remember to please be kind to yourself, please be kind to others, and let's continue to support each other and lift each other up. All right. So thank you so much. We love you very much, and we will see you next Monday for the season finale. See you then.